Hello, my friends, and welcome to Truth Bomb, the Quickfire quiz show where I test the best the indie media has to offer on AI's official narrative with a truth bomb or two thrown in. I have convinced some of the best indie researchers, journalists, and hosts on the World Wide Web to compete against each other in a quiz show which will shake the very foundations of mankind. AI sets the official narrative, but there will be plenty of occasions for each contestant to throw in a truth bomb to set the record straight and for a chance to win extra points for the answers. But I will be the judge of that. Our contestants today include Courtenay Turner.
Hey.
Hello, Courtenay Turner. Have you ever been in a place like this with a person like me before?
Well, is this supposed to be the truth or?
Yeah, you can tell the truth.
So yeah. You could say it feels like deja vu.
Yeah, indeed. The last time it didn't press record because you told me too many truth bombs. I was told by the guy upstairs, hey, you've got to scrap the show. There's too much truth in that show. Indeed. In one sense, you're the first returning guest on Truth Bomb. And only the 4 people who were at the previous sitting know what really happened. So do you want to claim that you beat Monica once already? Convincing wrong answers may receive points.
Well, of course.
Good. Wow, you got a point already, a corruption point. I see it there. I got to change the name of corruption points, but I like it anyway. Okay, so what statement do you think more closely fits your opponent, Monica Perez? Establishment nipple twister or twisted nipple fondler extraordinaire? You choose.
Oh, geez.
I'm
not really sure either one quite fits. Yeah, I think you have to be more fantastical.
Okay. And indeed, Courtenay Turner will be taking on a mean competitor today. Sure. Monica Perez.
Hey,
Monica. What are you going to claim happened on the previous match between yourself and Courtenay? Again, wrong answers.
All I want to say is I think Delingpole should get an asterisk.
Okay. That is.
You might not know the asterisk reference.
No, I don't know.
Roger Maris was supposedly was it Babe Ruth, somebody's record, but like there weren't as many games in the season, so they wanted to give him an asterisk, like not truly the record holder. So,
yeah, you did beat Delingpole, but that record has now been beaten again.
By who?
But yeah, Graham H. Moore came in about constitutional democracy. And I think actually last week, Scott Lizard Abrams.
Yes, I love the Lizard. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man, those two, him and William went head to head.
Yeah. Oh, did they? Yeah, they're super fun. I can't wait to see that one.
So are you enjoying this new financial apocalypse we're approaching?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I like roller coasters.
Yeah, why not?
These are buying opportunities. It's really funny because here, a lot of the anti-Trump people, or at least the rich people, are getting, making losses. And I'm thinking, I think these are buying opportunities. I think they get the heads up, like the powers that be, they get the heads up, and this is what they're waiting for. So you are not getting the last laugh.
It's almost like there's some form of order comes out of chaos. Who would believe it?
Could be, yeah. It's funny. I'm going to predict that the power structure is not overturned over the next several months or years. Just wild guess. This isn't doing that.
I don't think it's going to be quite as fast an implosion as people are speculating.
It's super bounced back today.
I know.
Yeah.
I think this impending doom is going to happen tomorrow. I think that's I don't think that's quite right. Yeah.
Good. We're gonna be positive. Well, I hope you're not gonna be positive against each other. I hope you're gonna be rabid, angry, rageful, and all of that. Yes, good.
We're chicks. What? You really want a catfight? I don't know. I mean,
I kind of like Monica.
We like each other. Yeah, exactly.
I am a bloke. Of course I want a catfight. That's what we like. Before the show, I translated a previously undeciphered portion of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which told me that Courtenay would go first. Let's play Truth Bomb. We're going to our first round. We're going to the wall of dystopia.
Oh.
Whoo, you know this. The next round would be your run-of-the-mill true or false round if it wasn't for AI's constant spinning of evil lies. Sometimes it tells you the truth, and sometimes it uses a complicated array of digital non-governmental organizations aimed at destabilizing society as a whole. It will be our contestants' job to set the record straight, and here the mighty Courtenay Turner is up first. You can pick from Theosophy, no brainer. Crawl Inc. Everybody wants Crawl Inc. You want Crawl Inc., don't you? The Boston bombing. Jesus was a Jew, which is probably true. The arrest of Pavel Durov, or 7/7 bombings. What do you want, Courtney?
I'm going to do Theosophy.
Okay, Courtenay Turner, 18 true or false questions about Theosophy.
Okay.
So let's start off. Theosophy was founded in the 1700s by Helena Blavatsky.
That would be false. It was founded in 1875 in New York City.
Yes, it
And
was.
it was Helena Blavatsky, but not just Helena Blavatsky. It was,
You want a truth bomb? Are you going to add a truth bomb?
Truth bomb. Yes, truth bomb. With Henry Steele Olcott and Quan Judge.
Oh, William Quan Judge. That's a weird name. These guys sound... Henry Steele Olcott and William Quan Judge sound like a pair, don't they?
Yes.
Right pair of nerdy wells.
Yes.
Okay. The term Theosophy means divine wisdom and comes from Greek roots.
True.
Okay, correct. True.
And truth bomb, they believe that through the theurgy that they will, which, you know, the divine wisdom, the theurgy, that they will achieve the gnosis that will help them to ascend and potentially become ascended masters.
Yes, of course they will. Ascended masters, and that means they complete the sticker set. Bing, 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 they get all the candy.
Yeah.
Okay, Helena Blavatsky claimed to have received teachings from spiritual beings called the Mahatmas.
Yes, this is true. And she, truth bomb, one of her masters was Courtenay.
Ooh, no, that just sounds like you're shouting words at me there. Courtenay. Hey, Courtenay, how are you doing? Is it like, are you flirting with me? Is that flirt? You've got a husband, woman. You shouldn't flirt with me. Yes, you do. Okay, so
Courtenay is flirting. I don't know. You have an interesting definition.
Yeah, okay. What is a Courtenay? What did Courtenay do? Do you know anything about him?
She believed that she channeled the ascended master Courtenay. That was like her spiritual teacher.
Right.
So like her disciple, who was the founder of Lucius Trust, right? Alice Bailey had an ascended master as well. So you could make this a truth bomb. I don't know. But she was, so her ascended master was called Dwal Kul, and that he helped her write 24 books. Including the organization of the hierarchy. Oh,
well, I'd like an ascended master. Oh no, wait a minute. An ascended master who helps you write books nowadays is ChatGPT, I think they call it.
Yeah, I think that's the new ascended master.
That's the new Courtenay. Yeah, okay. The Theosophical, next one, the Theosophical Society's motto is "There is no religion higher than truth."
Yes.
Sorry, I said it in the Emperor's voice.
Yes, that is true.
It is true. So far, you're getting every answer right and all the truth bombs. So that's good. I'm good. I'm glad that you have you got any truth bombs about this?
They believe that it's they call it like the perennial religion. They really call it a perennial philosophy, and they believe that religions have elements of truth in them. That's why it's like a theosophical soup. However, this is the truth bomb, is that they claim to be inclusive of all religions, but they actually reject monotheistic religions, particularly traditional Christianity and traditional Judaism.
Well, those are pretty big religions, and so they accept that Joseph had a Technicolor Dreamcoat, is what you're telling me. They just don't like the rest of the stuff. It's like that. They can choose. Goody,
to
goody.
confuse, and they cherry pick, from various religions that they think are the truths from those religions, but
Mhm.
they are very much opposed to monotheism.
Okay, well, you're selling them to me now. I like Technicolor Dreamcoats. Theosophy denies the existence of a personal God.
That's true.
That was the answer. I made it sound like there was extra coming, but
They-
there
they-
wasn't. Yes,
The
correct.
truth bomb is they call it source, right? So
Ooh.
they believe that the journey, the human experience, is to return to the divine source, so that we all become
Hot
part of the
sauce
oneness.
to the fruity sauce. Return back to the fruity sauce. I will give you that truth bomb.
Yes.
Saucy truth bomb. So, okay, anyway, the secret doctrine written by Helena Blavatsky is considered a foundational text of Theosophy.
This is true, and the truth bomb is that Hitler kept it on his nightstand. He was very much inspired by the secret doctrine.
I really, that's like, I love can you imagine Hitler's nightstand, this select group of books? I mean, it would have been amazing. Okay, I'll give you the truth bomb for that. I like finding out what Hitler's reading before bedtime. I'm into that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's where he got because the root races is in the secret doctrine, so that very much inspired his notion of the Aryan race and his belief on Jews. So
yeah. And also, it helped prop up his laptop at night. And Hitler didn't have a laptop. I know.
yeah, I don't think so.
I know.
Maybe
Okay.
that was maybe his ascended master gave him one.
Oh, that makes sense. That's it. Okay, right. Valkyries. Theosophy teaches that humans evolve through a single lifetime.
That is false. Truth bomb, they believe in reincarnation, and karma, and that's part of the cycle, which is also very influential on New Thought and this kind of notion of you evolve or you die. So you either evolve to the next spiritual level or you become subsumed and you reincarnate. So,
that sounds like stakeholder reincarnation.
kind of. Yeah.
Okay. The Theosophical Society was originally headquartered in London, England.
That is false. It was originally founded in New York City.
Correct. Yeah.
It is in Adair, and here's the truth bomb. Now it's in Adair, India, and it is very close to where Kamala Harris's grandmother grew up.
Ooh, that is a good truth bomb. Yes, indeed. It later moved in 1882, and Kamala Harris is she's more of a minion than a demon, I would think. She's more like a and a oh. Just saying.
She's going to unburden us from what has been.
Yes.
So, which is that's a hermetic principle, right?
You will own nothing and be happy.
Well, and this could, I don't know if you want a truth bomb, but the hermetic principle, it's the law of correspondence, as above, so below. And that's why doing, the Baphomet symbol, it's we can be unburdened by what has been. So it's the law of correspondence.
Right, okay. Principle. I try not to do any of these symbols, but sometimes I find myself standing there and I'm like, what's that over there? And then
any symbol you do can and probably will be used against you.
Yeah, in a court of public craziness. Okay, next one. Henry Steele Olcott, as mentioned earlier. Steele, who calls their middle name Steele? That's Henry Steele Olcott, a co-founder of the Theosophical Society, was a Buddhist scholar who helped revive Buddhism in Sri Lanka.
That's false. He was a lawyer and a journalist, and he was actually a colonel in the Civil War.
Well, they've said true. Ooh. This is as far as AI goes. Olcott played a significant role in Buddhist revival in Sri Lanka, promoting education. It doesn't actually say anything about anything else that he did, though. So I think it was one of the many things that he may have done.
All right.
Okay, right. Annie Besant became the president of the Theosophical Society after Helena Blavatsky's death.
That's true.
It's true.
I think she became president in 1907.
Yep, correct. After the death of Henry Steele Olcott, the famous Henry Steele Olcott.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can add a truth bomb to that one.
Go.
Annie Besant was also a co-founder of the Malthusian League.
Oh, they're a nice bunch, I bet. What are they after? Oh, they're just thinking about cattle and stuff. That's all they're doing. Yes, good. Okay, I'll give you that for a truth bomb. Okay, Theosophy teaches that animals do not have souls.
That is false. They believe that all beings have souls. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good. Well, that that lets them off a little bit for me because I like the idea of animals having souls. I got a little dog that I'd like. If she ever passed, I'd like to have wings and float about in heaven or whatnot. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice. She's super cute. Right. Theosophy teaches that the ultimate goal of human evolution is to become a physical god on Earth.
No, I think that's false. They're more focused
Correct.
on spiritual evolution.
Yeah, they are. The goal is spiritual enlightenment
Of course.
and making sure that every viewer has got the right type of book on their bed nightstand.
That's right.
Oh, the viewer. He does make me laugh. He comes up so often as well. Yeah, you're not allowed to look at his face. Okay, Theosophy rejects the scientific theory of evolution.
Scientific theory of evolution. Huh? I think they incorporate it. So I'm going to say.
Do you say false?
I'm going to say false.
Yeah, correct. You're false. It's false. Theosophy integrates a spiritual form of evolution with physical evolution. It's quite true. Theosophy claims that Atlantis and Lemuria were mythical continents that never existed.
Oh.
What a weird sentence. This is
That's
AI for you.
Sentence. Well,
So Theosophy claims that Atlantis and Lemuria were mythical continents that never existed.
Well, they claimed that they were continents. They believe that Atlantis was real and Lemuria is real, and it's part of the evolution of.
So are you saying false or is this a double negative?
I'm going to say that the way they worded it is false.
Yeah, correct. The way they. Theosophy teaches that Atlantis and Lemuria were real ancient continents. Who knows? Who knows? I don't have a looking glass. Okay. Theosophy teaches that the Earth is the only planet where spiritual evolution occurs.
Oh. I think I'm going to say that's false because they believe in like the Arcturians and the
Nice.
all these
correct. You are correct. Theosophy holds that spiritual evolution occurs across many planets and systems.
Yeah.
So you can have all of the other stuff. Theosophy's concept of the brotherhood of humanity promotes universal compassion and unity among all people.
It's true. They believe in the universal brotherhood. Yes.
Ooh, we're all brothers. Indeed, it's true. It's a core tenet of Theosophy, and we all hold a little candle up and listen to our favorite pop songs.
We sing Imagine.
They sing Imagine, do they?
Well, that's
Imagine that.
All the like est workshops do. Like when you come out of the room, they hold hands, they sing Imagine, and then when you leave the room, they do the same thing, and everybody cries, and it's a trauma bonding experience.
That's amazing. When my mum joined a spiritualist church once, I wasn't into that too much. She joined a spiritualist church, and they had two hymns like that they liked to sing. She was like, "Can you make them into a CD for us so that we can play them?" And they were Robbie Williams' "Angels" and Stevie Wonder, "I Just Called to Say I Love You."
Oh, that's sweet.
I know they were very sweet. I left them do what they were going to do.
Robbie Williams' song "Millennium" was really awesome.
Yeah, okay. I'll accept that some Robbie Williams was actually quite good back in the day.
Yes.
You won't get an extra point for that, though.
That's fine.
Controversial, like Robbie Williams. Right, okay.
They just did a movie on him. Yeah.
Sorry?
They just did a movie on him. Robbie Williams.
Yeah. He's they're trying to make him into a naughty boy to represent other naughty boys and conspiracists like me and you. Okay, so next one. Theosophy teaches that evil is an illusion and does not truly exist.
That's false. They kind of incorporate evil, and yeah, no, that's false.
Well, the AI has said true. Theosophy often describes evil as a product of ignorance and separation, not an independent force, which
right, they incorporate it. They don't think that it doesn't exist, though.
Well, too bad. Boo hoo hoo. AI says something that's nuts or whatnot.
It's kind of a, like the Kabbalistic kind of notion. They believe in integrating it so you can achieve transcendence, right? Yeah. That's the theosophical. All of the theosophical religions kind of have the same view of evil, but it's that the goal is the unity, right? The unity of, it's like Nietzschean principle of yang, good and evil. It's the principle of transcendence.
Is that a truth bomb in the end?
We'll make that a truth bomb. Yes.
Okay, we'll make that. We'll make that a truth bomb. Okay, you got one last left.
Okay.
Theosophy has no connection to Buddhism or Hinduism.
Well, that is false because they drew very much from Buddhism and Hinduism. They kind of cherry from them.
They do draw heavily concepts such as karma, reincarnation, and the idea of spiritual masters akin to the Emperor in Star Wars. Quite right, you did quite well. Do you want to give one last truth bomb about this?
Theosophy popularized yoga in the West.
Ooh. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
We can accept that as an all right thing. Okay, excellent. Courtenay Turner, well done. Monica Perez, here you go. Your wall of dystopia. Courtenay Turner did very well there. She's she's really come out. The one we did before that no one will ever know about, she came out a little bit stuttering on the blocks. This time she's come out both guns blazing, said some really nasty stuff about you as well in the green room. What are you going to choose?
Same choices. Okay, well.
Okay, so, you got the arrest of Pavel Durov 7/7 bombing, the Boston bombing, Qual Inc., and Jesus was a Jew. Now, come on, of course you want Qual Inc., don't you?
The thing that pulled the scales from my eyes originally, I'm going to go with the Boston bombing.
Beautiful. Excellent. Okay. Monica Perez, we've got 18 questions on the Boston bombing. Please give truth bombs throughout whenever you want. Let's start off straight away. Over 200 people were injured in the Boston Marathon bombing.
Over 200, yes, true. It was 260 roughly.
Ooh, 264. Okay, I'll give you that's good. That's a correct point. Tempted to give you a truth bomb for getting so close on the actual injuries.
There's going to be a lot of truth bombs for the Boston Marathon bombing because the official narrative is wrong.
Throw them in whenever you want. So, okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, nobody was injured. Never mind. I don't know.
Are you truth bombing? Is this a truth bomb? Gotta say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it because
I'm not gonna say it.
A lot of people went for the "it's a hoax" thing, and that may be true. It was right before the famous hoax, so I didn't take that angle. A lot of people would say, I'm not gonna take credit for the truth bomb, but a lot of people would say that nobody got hurt.
Okay, I'll give you a point for that.
I don't know.
I'll give you a point for that because you don't want the point. So it showed your humble nature. And it's a humble point. We'll call it a humble point. Okay. The next one, the Tsarnaev, I take it you say it's Tsarnaev.
Tsarnaev. Yeah, Tsarnaev.
Yeah, the Tsarnaev brothers were born in the United States.
No, they were born in Chechnya.
Correct.
False. Yeah, so it's false.
Yes, they were born in the Soviet Union, the Tamerlan in 1986 in Kalmykia. And
Jahar and Tamerlan. Those are the two brothers. Just so you want to know how to pronounce them. Jahar
and Tamerlan. Okay, excellent. Okay. Next one. Tamerlan Tsarnaev was killed during a shootout with police in Watertown in April 19th, 2013.
That is true. However,
Correct.
the official narrative did
truth
say...
Bomb? Is this a truth bomb?
This is like a double truth bomb because the official narrative for a really long time said that he was run over by his brother in a black SUV, which the brother was never put in. And I think the black SUV was driven by an undercover cop. But the official narrative is that he was shot by cops, and I'm going to say he was killed by cops, whether he was shot or was run over by the black SUV, and he was not run over by his brother, which was part of the official narrative for a very long time. You could probably, I bet it's still in Wikipedia like that.
Okay, you get one for the question, one for the truth bomb. Indeed, Tamerlan was killed. It says during confrontation with police in Watertown, Massachusetts.
Yeah, true. That's
okay, and so you Joka.
Johar.
Johar. Oh, I've already Johar.
I'm helping you. So
you're helping me. If you correct me too many times, you're going to have points deducted.
I'm sorry, I
true.
forgot. This is King Johnny. I was just thinking it was like rule of law, but it's rule of rulers.
Okay, no, Johar Tsarnaev was found hiding in a car after the Watertown shootout.
False. He was found hiding in a boat. That's the official narrative. Correct. And I think that's probably true. They probably did find it. Is official narrative is it was in a boat. And I'm okay
it was. It was on a boat, motherfucker. It was. Tamerlan Tsarnaev had been interviewed by the FBI in 2011 after a tip from Russia.
True.
Correct.
And I'll give you the truth bomb. This is a real truth bomb. It's a real one. So what Russia said was, the official narrative says, Tamerlan Tsarnaev was a terrorist identified by Russia, and that's how we knew we were there. What Russia actually said, if I understand correctly, was get your CIA agent out of our backyard. We are making him. He's done for. And that's when the FBI said, we're going to just make a patsy out of this guy because he's no use for us anymore. He's been made. So Russia's interview was about he was a CIA agent. He wasn't a terrorist.
Russia said, get your boat out of your backyard.
Exactly.
Out of our backyard. That's what they said. And take your Tamerlan with you.
That's right.
Okay, excellent. You get one for the answer and one for the truth bomb. Johar Tsarnaev was Johar Tsarnaev was a student at Harvard University at the time of the bombing.
False. He was a false.
How dare you point at me like that?
Sorry. He was a student. I think it was called Boston Catholic. It's false. He was not a student at Harvard.
Okay, false. But they do say he was a student.
Wait. No, I'm going to say Boston Catholic, but I don't think that's right.
Sorry, I'm biting all my thumbs for you. No, it's wrong. University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. So he was at Dartmouth, apparently. Okay. That's what it says. Well, that's what the AI says.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Correct,
yeah, I'm
okay,
with you
so
there.
I don't know if that's actually true.
Yes, I got the false, but I don't have the truth bomb.
Yeah, correct, but you don't have any truth bomb or anything like that. The Tsarnaev brothers killed an MIT police officer named Sean Collier on April the 18th, 2013, which was my mum's birthday.
Whose birthday?
My mum's. They were like, happy birthday, Mrs. Vedmore.
So that they're definitely going to say true. AI is going to say that that's true. It is so wrong. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. And here's the thing. This is such an interesting story. So Sean Collier was in the cop school with another guy, Richard Donahoe. who was a Boston Transit cop, and Sean Collier was an MIT cop. Something insane happened where Collier was shot like execution style in his car. And the truth is, I think he was hanging out with Donahue, his friend. Donahue was shot in the thigh, right in his femoral artery, real assassination style, where someone just walks up to you and just fucking shoots you in the thigh and knows you're going to bleed out. He like bled for 4 hours. They thought he was dead. They brought him to the hospital, resuscitated him, and he remembers nothing. But the crazy official narrative is, oh, the Tsarnaev brothers killed Collier. And then when they were in Watertown having a shootout, this Boston Transit cop zipped over there to avenge his friend or something. And that's where he got shot. And I remember distinctly when that was happening, I was like, no freaking way. He was shot with the same gun as Collier, and it ended up Donahue. The most they would tell us is that he was killed by friendly fire. But I actually think the Collier-Donahue shootings were unrelated, and that it was some kind of assassination. Maybe they knew about corruption or whatever, but they folded in that story with the Tsarnaev brothers just to cover up what was a totally separate crime and probably an inside job.
That's a sexy truth bomb. Okay, yeah. I'll give you one for correct. It was true. But I will give you 2 for the truth bomb there, because I like a sexy truth bomb like that. And I think those are the details that make or break most cases. Okay, next one. Dun Meng, the carjacking victim, escaped when the brothers stopped at the gas station.
AKA Danny. That's what they called him.
Dun Meng.
I'm gonna say that's true.
Dun Meng, you were carjacked that time. I said, Dun Meng.
Yeah, so they're gonna say that's true. Could not be more wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Go on. They said it was true. Tell me why. I like it.
Totally not true. I doubt that those guys had anything to do with that carjacking. They had a car, a green Honda, that was on site in Watertown. There are pictures of it. So they had a car. There was no reason for a carjacking. That was a totally unrelated crime also originally, and I think I still have the article or a video on my own private computer, that the gas station attendant said it was a white guy who was carjacked, and ends up it was this Chinese guy, supposedly
a white guy dressed as an Indian.
There you go. And the interview with Danny was exclusively done by a reporter, I think his name is John Miller, who had been a PR guy for the FBI. He's now the PR guy for the New York City cops. It was a highly controlled situation, and that story is complete bullshit. They have an interview with this guy, Danny, in shadow, with his voice distorted, even though they caught both of the loan, there was no outside affiliation. It's a dumb, stupid story, but they're going to say it's. There's a lot of details that disprove the official narrative, any one of which will blow up the whole thing. So I'm giving you those. That's what I'm giving.
Awesome. I like it. So I'll give you, one for correct for the truth bomb and for the answer. I really do wish Johar it was pronounced Joker. That would be.
You can pronounce it. It's spelled Joker.
Yeah, but still, Johar Tsarnaev was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
False.
Ooh, you're right. He's false.
So that's false. According to the official narrative, he was sentenced to death on federal charges, which murder, whatever, it was entirely within it. I don't believe that should be true. They shouldn't do that, but that is what they did. However, here's your freaking truth bomb. That guy was long dead before he ever went to jail. So I don't know if he was actually caught in that boat. I don't think so. The pictures of that event were fake, but he was supposedly shot in the throat or something, on ventilators, had all this surgery. But there was a picture released immediately after he was captured of him laying basically on a slab in a hospital with plugs in his ears, which means his brain was falling out, and no breathing apparatus. So, and he was starting to get liver mortis, where you could see the blood pooling up where he was laying down. I have this picture. So that guy, and I said, you'll never see him again because he's dead. And it's true. So he was dead right away. He's still dead. And that, so he was maybe sentenced to death, but he's already dead. And then
I think there's
they reinstated it.
That's good. That's good. I'll give you one and one for the truth bomb. But I think that happens in a few cases. I think there's a few cases where the people are supposedly alive. They go through the one in the Joe Cox killing in the UK. That's a very interesting one because there was no one at all within the court who recognized Tommy Mayer, the guy who was supposedly killed Joe Cox, and that is so super concerning that there's no one there to actually identify or knows him or anything else like that.
And in this guy's trial, his friends said he looked like a different person. And I'm thinking, because he was a different person.
Yeah, very possibly. Very possibly. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay. Next one. The Boston Marathon bombing was planned over several years by the Tsarnaev brothers.
Gee whiz, since they didn't do it, I don't know what AI is going to say, but I'm going to say that AI says that that's true.
No, it says false.
Just
it actually says evidence suggests the attack was planned over a few months with the bomb construction starting in February 2013. That's what evidence suggests, whatever that means.
But they were CIA agents. So should I explain why I know they were CIA agents?
Well, you can still throw in a truth bomb, even if you get it wrong.
So this is why they, I don't know what this story is because they didn't do it, because they were total patsies, and their uncle, Ruslan Sarny, formerly known as Ruslan Tsarnaev, everybody who was following the story at the time remembers him. He was on the news constantly saying, turn yourselves in, yada, yada, yada. That guy was married to the daughter of Graham Fuller, who was on Sibel Edmonds' wall of shame. He was the CIA chief of Kabul, Afghanistan. His daughter, Samantha Fuller Tsarnaev, was married to this guy, Ruslan Sarny. He actually ran a U.S. aid operation using Graham Fuller's address. So this guy was absolute pure CIA. There's a quote by Graham Fuller saying, and it's in this book, Dollars for Terror, which was written even before 9/11. So it's not like any PSYOP stuff or whatever. And he says in that, we are going to use radical Islam in Central Asia where there's more oil, just like we did in Chechnya, which is where these guys are from, to destabilize the Russia or China or whatever it was. Yeah. So those guys are related to him. Tamerlan Tsarnaev went to the Jamestown Foundation in Jordan or Lebanon or something. He was training over there. He was in Chechnya.
Wow.
Yeah, so they didn't do it, and so they did.
Yeah. That's okay. You don't get a point for the answer, but you do get a point for the truth bomb.
Thank you.
Next one. Tsarnaev brothers acted alone with no accomplices.
That is the official story. So I'm going to say AI is going to say that's true.
Yes. AI says it's true. Let's see if you say anything back to that. No, we'll go on to the next one. Ibrahim Todashev,
yes,
a friend of Tamerlan, was killed by an FBI agent during an interview in 2013.
Yes, it was a terrible, terrible thing. That is true, and the official narrative is going to say that that's true. He was just some innocent guy. He used to go to the gym with Tamerlan. He was from someplace in Russia. I actually spoke to his widow, called me, and he was one of 13, and he was going to Russia the next day. He was like, I got to get out of here. Tamerlan told me that he had nothing to do with this, and I think he knew that Tamerlan was a CIA agent, so Todashev was ready to go, and the FBI said, look, we just want to talk to you before you leave. Can we come to your apartment? And there was a neighbor. I actually do also have this video. The neighbor, his friend, was saying he was so nervous about this. He really didn't want to do it. They met with him in his apartment, and they shot him 6 times in the chest and 1 time in the crown of the head. They changed their story repeatedly. He came at me with a broom handle. He came at me with this and that. I mean, they assassinated that guy because of what he knew about Tamerlan Tsarnaev, and it's really sad.
That is really sad. You get an extra point, truth bomb point for that. That is an extremely sad story. Again, something that is repeated in multiple events like this, where someone who's associated or nearby gets killed as well. Okay, this is going to be a name that's hard to. Here we go. Meb Keflezighi, an American runner, won the 2014 Boston Marathon, dedicating his victory to the victims.
I'm going to say true, but I have no idea.
True, yeah. Keflezighi, the first American man to win since 1983. They had to blow off all the legs of the rest of them to be able to get an American to win. That sounds about right. Okay, next one. The Boston Marathon bombing resulted in 17 people losing limbs.
Gosh, it's going to be close. I'm going to say false. Slightly
true.
Less.
It was true, okay, so you don't get
it's
that
definitely
one.
False, but AI is going to say it's
yeah, at least 70 survivors suffered limb amputations, or at least that looked like it. Anyway,
got it, yeah.
Right, okay, there's 4 left. Here we go. The Boston Marathon bombing was the deadliest terrorist attack in Massachusetts history.
The official narrative would be that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Boston Tea Party doesn't class as a terrorist attack.
Wow. Yeah. Well, not for us. For y'all.
Yeah.
Not for us.
True. Okay. Yeah. It does. It's a terrorist attack in British history.
Those are freedom fighters, Johnny. Okay.
Yeah. Freedom fighters. And we see how it is. And look at your economy today. Okay. So that is true. Okay.
Yeah. We don't have taxation with that representation anymore. With a $35 trillion debt. No one paying those taxes has been consulted. So there is no representation whatsoever.
So the Boston Marathon bombing led to the creation of the One Fund to support victims.
True. And you got to wonder where that money's really going.
Yeah, the fund raised over $60 million to help survivors and families of the victims. Of course it did. Right. The Tsarnaev brothers had planned additional attacks in New York City.
It's gonna say true, but it's such bull nonsense. It's so stupid. It comes from the hijacking thing where supposedly they said to Danny, whatever, before they kicked him out, can you tell us, this is in Massachusetts, can you tell us how to get to New York? Because we're going to go there to do more crimes. And it was so stupid.
Hey, yo.
Exactly.
That is beautiful.
So, yeah, they're going to say it's true, but it's really stupid.
Yeah, it is. They do say it's true. They say as well, Johar later admitted they had intended to detonate remaining bombs in Times Square, but Johar, who knows?
He was studying to be a dentist. He just tagged along with his brother, who was
a dentist.
Really sad. That one was bad.
Yeah, well, Bashar al-Assad was also a dentist.
I think he was an ophthalmologist.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
orthodontist.
I feel it's hard for me to believe when someone does some like obscure specialty like that, which takes till they're 30, that they're really secretly megalomaniacal dictators just waiting to be, come to self-actualization. Just
learning how to pull people's teeth out one tooth at a time, one molar
like
at
Marathon
a time.
Man. Yeah. No, maybe he was training to be a Mengele or whatever.
I'm pretty positive someone just turned off the stream when they heard that. Felt a little bit sick. What about that? Yeah. Okay. The Tsarnaev brothers, the last one, Tsarnaev brothers' actions were influenced by the US wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
True. That's what AI is going to say. Correct. But yes, it's also true, even the actual truth, because these guys were CIA agents based on, the older brother, based on all the nastiness that the Anglo-American Empire perpetrates over there. Good.
That was a really good round. Can you add in one truth bomb at the end to kind of tell us a little bit more about the whole, something that people might not know about the Boston bombing?
Yeah, that was very comprehensive. I mean, the only thing that I think I didn't lay out, I mean, there was, oh yeah, this was actually a post of mine that went viral. It was called "Who is the Naked Man?" And at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, after wasn't you, although maybe in a follow-up episode. So Tamerlan Tsarnaev, the truth is they had the shootout in Watertown. They just cornered these guys. I think they were CIA agents. They were meeting with an undercover cop. It's like very weird stuff was going on. And the 6 Watertown cops plus this weird Boston traffic cop, allegedly, which isn't true, but we're shooting at them. And they said, we didn't do it. We're not shooting back. Please stop shooting at us. So so Tamerlan Tsarnaev, then they had him stripped naked and they put him in the back of a cop car. Yeah, so they must have murdered him after that. And he was totally naked, and it was on CNN. And I got those pictures off of CNN, and I compared them because people said, yeah, that wasn't him. I compared them.
You were comparing his willy size.
There was no willy visible. But he was naked, so you could see his
boo.
pecs. You could see everything. And he had been in a magazine called, I forget what the magazine was called, but the title was Will Box for Passport. So he said he wanted to box for the U.S. team on the Olympics. And because it was a boxing thing, it showed him almost naked. So I could compare his like weird pecs. And Alex Jones picked up didn't give me credit for it, but he picked up all the pictures that, so the naked man was Tamerlan Tsarnaev. He was arrested in custody, absolutely naked. So he was no threat. And then he did end up dead shortly thereafter. And so did his brother.
That is a good final truth bomb.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. This is going to be a super high scoring game, he thinks.
Excellent. Yes, very good. Neck and neck.
Excellent. After the first round wall of dystopia there, Courtenay scored 16 points. That's 12 truth bombs on top. We got 1 corruption point 2, so 29 points. Monica gets 16 points, 10 truth bombs, 1 corruption point 2 for 27. So it is pretty neck and neck. 29-27. This is going to be a super high scoring round.
Awesome.
Ooh. How long have you been researching the endeavors of horny old men? Which is essentially everything.
What?
How long have you been researching all of these terrible things that old men do, basically?
I don't know that I've been researching that.
Oh, no, that's true enough. I said when you're talking about most of it, because there are a lot of women involved in things like Theosophy, etc., isn't there? There's lots of these things are actually...
Yeah, so Madame Blavatsky, Alice Bailey, and Annie Besant are actually like, I mean, there may be others, but I don't know of any others. They're the only 3 like Freemasons I know of that are women.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though, is that most of it is like horny old men rule the world and kind of push all of the buttons.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But still, in what you do, you still see quite a lot of women, because a lot of women are involved in New Age stuff, I suppose. Is that true?
I think there are. I think a lot of the leaders, like especially in New Thought, like Barbara Mark Hubbard, I think is kind of like the grandmother of New Thought, right? And she's kind of a leader. But a lot of her disciples, it's mostly men. They're not that old though. Like, you know, the cosmoerotic humanist, Mark Gaffney, and they make up David Temple. They wrote the First Values, First Principles on Evolving Perennialism. It was 42 propositions on cosmoerotic humanism. And you can find that at officeofthefuture.com because, you know, they have psychic abilities and they can see the future.
Of course.
But their name is David Temple. I don't know why, because they reveal their real name. But together they make David Temple. But yeah, it's Mark Gaffney, Kenneth Wilber, Zach Stein, and they're not really old. And they're all disciples of Barbara Marx Hubbard. In fact, the term cosmoerotic humanism came. They believe that it was like they call it synergy and synchronicity. They came up with the name together simultaneously. It was telepathy, and they had an outburst and they decided that's what it was going to be. It was cosmoerotic humanism, but yeah.
Gaffney's pretty horny though, isn't he?
Well,
He's a naughty old one,
he
isn't
has
he?
an Eros mystery school that
He
he's
has Eros mystery
Yes,
school.
he calls it
I would
Eros.
say what's that about, but I suppose that's the mystery.
Well, yeah, he says he has to revive the ancient mystery schools, and Aubrey Marcus is helping to promote it. And he says that it's not about sex, even though that's, the type. He doesn't call it agape mystery schools, which would be, like that open, friendly love, right? He calls it a radical love affair with the universe, but he uses the word eros specifically. So I think he's just redefined it, either that or you could also watch the Dr. Phil episode on him where he's accused of molesting underage women, but his justification is that they were 13 going on 30, so perfectly fine.
I smiled at Dr. Hill, and then he said molested underage women, and I was smiling, so he was like, they're not connected. I was smiling at Dr. Phil. You snuck that on me. Oh, Monica, hello. You and I could start an LA-based baby lotion distributors together if you're game, or do you think we've missed the peak of the baby lotion sales in the region? What do you reckon?
I think there's a core baby lotion market here that maybe a little underground market.
Why is that so? Why is LA, why is California so slippery when oiled? What is it about them that make it special? They're a special breed, aren't they?
They're doing some bad things in those Hollywood Hills, so
yeah, they do.
They gotta get it, grease the wheels there.
Grease the wheels. Yeah, that's a euphemism. Your output, truly heroic. You do lots of stuff. You talk about lots of stuff in detail as well, which is fantastic for people like me. What made you eager to research these messed up sex addicts and baby lotion connoisseurs? What got you your interest peaked?
I just always wanted to be accurate about what was really going on, and I didn't even realize there was an onion to peel, but as you go down the layers, there's more and more and more, and sometimes I think you go too far. I think that's part of the plot that they have for us. So the more you do it, the better you get at recognizing when you're being led down a rabbit hole that isn't really the right rabbit hole. So it's always engaging, and I think it has value.
I like it. Value. Here we go. Now it's time to play one of my favorite rounds. Wankity wank. Wankity wank, wankity wank. Yes, for you Americans who don't understand that, we used to have a show called Blankety Blank, of course, which went blankety blank, blankety blank, blankety blank. So, Honest and Truthful AI has come up with 8 quotes. However, I have sneakily swapped one of the words within the famous phrase with the word wank. It'll be our contestants' job to guess the original words. Monica already loves this completely, right up your street. If they get the quote wrong, then the opportunity to steal will be handed over to their opponent. Alongside the quote, our contestants will also see a picture of the person behind the famous phrase. You get extra points for identifying the author of the quote, but only if you correctly guess the missing word. You can only score points for a truth bomb if you've answered correctly. All sounds confusing, maybe. Yes, let's play. Monica, you'll be taking the first guess in this round, and then we will alternate. So here we go. Monica, welcome to my nest of ducklings, where I have Dream Warrior Hitler, of course. Yes, Hitler has had the Freddy Krueger makeover for this round. Yeah. I hope it doesn't disturb you too much.
Very much.
As you see the quote, what luck for rulers that men do not wank. What? Ooh, she came in. And she's correct. She's right. Think it is, of course. Excellent. Well done. I like a bit of that. That's good. Okay, let's go on to the next one then. This is for you, Courtney. So prepare for it. Here we go. Now. Here you go. The human brain evolved to wank, but now it's hacking itself with machines. This is a hard. I admit this is a hard one, and you can only take a guess at who that is.
It looks like you all know a Harari, I'm going to guess.
You're giving it away to your opponent if you can't get the word right. So that's fine. You do it. There's lots of ducklings there too. I like ducklings. So the human brain evolved to wank, but now it's hacking itself with machines.
I'm going to say think. I don't know.
That would be the same as the last one. That would be the same answer as the last one. But no, this is a hard one. I have to say, you've got a hard one. Monica, handing it over to you.
I would never have gotten Yuval Noah Harari, although now that I look at him, he's so emaciated. It's definitely him. Nobody else.
Definitely him. This is him without makeup. He actually wears the Kruger glove all of the time.
Yes. So I would say if it's not think, which does seem like the natural, I'm going to say learn.
Oh yeah, it was a very hard one. It's actually the human brain evolved to cooperate, but now it's happening. I know that is a super hard one. Okay, I admit that's very hard, but that's what you all know, Harari.
Proves that as much as he claims to be like a hard, rational materialist, that he's totally parodying the theosophical, spiritual, evolution line.
Totally, he is. I think
we're supposed to tear that book apart, aren't we, Courtney? That book, he wrote that book.
Oh, I know.
Which is so bad, but I didn't have that. I didn't want to read it.
Yeah, no.
Which one of his books is written as so bad? Because I think,
gosh, so bad.
It's really garbage. Yeah. And we stumbled across it very differently, but it was, I think, when it first came out, so I guess like 2016.
Yeah,
acro community. This was back when I was doing I was teaching partner acrobatics and performing, and they were obsessed with it. And so I started reading it, and I think it was like a few pages in, I was like, this is pure propaganda.
I know, and people really love that book. Like people I like and respect. Like I hate to slam it, but I was like,
They can't see it. Most people can't see it. We're gonna get back to the game here for the next one.
John. Sorry.
That's all right. No, it's important that you do talk about this stuff. We like a bit of this. Let's say that. Here you go. And this is for you, Monica. I think you're getting ones that are a little bit easier than Courtney's. I feel bad about this. Here you go.
Gosh, I mean,
say lovely. Wait a minute. I just come and wank to the plants. Really. Very important to wank to them.
Is that Chucky 3? He doesn't seem to be dressed like Chucky 3.
You can have that guess if you're able to say.
Okay. Shoot. Sorry, I shouldn't have turned myself. Okay. Shoot. I just come and talk to the plants. Really, very important to talk to them.
Oh, you are right. You are right again. Right. Like I say, maybe Courtney's getting all the hard ones. It's gonna be. And you were right. You get an extra point. It is Chucky free, and not Chucky the doll. Chucky the king. That makes me my king, my dear king. Here we go.
Oh, nice! Come on, that one.
Oh, here you go. It's beautiful. Here you go. This is that last one was King Freddy the Third, and of course this is another Kruger here. So the winners will be those who wank. Not just those with labor or capital. This again is a hard one, I have to say, Courtney.
The winners will be those who.
It's a very Klaus Schwab type of word.
Yeah, that looks like him. Winners will be those who.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one. This is quite a famous quote. I'd say quite a famous.
Is it?
Yeah, but the Klaus Schwab quotes, I mean, there's probably about 20 of them that are really super famous.
The winners will be those who.
You can pass if you want.
Oh,
Hmm.
no.
No.
That's a really terrible one. I don't even have
Yeah.
a guess.
It is super hard.
All right, I guess I'm gonna pass. Yeah.
No, you got to take a guess. Is there any penalty for guessing?
No penalty for guessing.
Okay.
But maybe the answer is pass. Maybe the answer is the winners will be those who pass,
I don't
not
think
just
so.
those.
I'm those who.
What does he like people to do? He always likes people to do. I'll give you a kind of clue.
Yeah, give her.
Okay.
It's kind of another way to say invention.
Okay.
Those who innovate, not just those who
very good.
Okay, correct.
Excellent.
Yes. I'll accept that.
Did
you obviously
actually say
know
who
who it is.
Yeah, you have to say who it is out loud.
Yeah. It is, of course, Kruger Schwab. I think we all know that anyway. I'll give you the both points for that.
That's very good.
So
Yeah, I never ever would have gotten that without the clue.
Okay. This one over to you then, Monica. Here we go. Let's just get it lined up.
Okay.
You don't want to trust him around little chicks. That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
Just saying. Okay. Don't be afraid to close your eyes and wank. Then open them and see.
Ouch.
The answer is wank, by the way.
Yes, exactly. I'm just wildly guessing. Imagine.
No, close. I'm going to pass it over to your forever nemesis.
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and then open them and see. Close your eyes and.
I really want to tell him to duck. Just saying. Sorry.
Don't be afraid to close your eyes.
He brings out my nesting instinct.
That's a really terrible picture of him too. Like normally he looks soft,
handsome, greasy, oily.
I always thought he was nice looking, but this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you think he looked? Oh, he's got that mugshot of his is really like.
I don't know it. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, he looks like he's got plastic face on. Hey, don't cheat though.
I wasn't. No, I haven't. I haven't looked anything up. But can I look up the mugshot?
Yeah, you can. Of course, you can. Go on.
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and.
Yeah.
Speak. I don't know.
No, neither of you are going to get that.
Can I guess one more time?
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream.
Oh.
Then open them up and see. You were close with imagine.
Yeah.
You were close with imagine.
I was going to guess visualize.
I guess because imagine was wrong, then I didn't think
too many syllables.
So
visualize.
okay.
So too many syllables.
This next one is over to Courtenay first, I believe. It's Courtenay first because she had a chance to steal that time. Here you go.
Nice.
Engineering
are really impressive. Come on.
Listen, I asked for Elon Kruger there, and that's the best it could do. That's the best it could do.
Well, it's been instructed not to make him look too bad.
Yeah, I think so. Mind you. Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. Engineering is like magic to those who don't understand it. I want to wank it. This is super hard.
I'm dying to do this one.
This is so super hard. I'm not giving you any clues on this, Courtenay, because you had clues before.
Engineering is like magic to those who understand it. I want to master it.
No. Over to you, Monica. Okay, you can't just.
Arturo's barking in the background, but I'm going to try to get this out.
You can woof. You can say, I want to woof it.
But I don't. I want to grok it.
No, it's I want.
That's not right. That's not right.
It's engineering. That was Eagle Musk. And he said, engineering is like magic to those who don't understand it. I want to demystify it.
All right, I'm annoyed.
Who was going to get demystified? Even the dog's angry by that. I mean,
no, Grok would have been better because Grok means to understand deeply, and he hijacked that.
yes.
And then
Neutral.
He wants to
Getting stomach grubs.
demystify engineering, but he's fine with making he's fine with bringing about the conscious evolution of humanity.
Yeah, he's actually having sex with those ducklings.
Probably. It's probably supra sex.
He's demystifying them. That's what he calls it. Hey, baby, I'm here to demystify you. Right, okay, next one. This one's for who just tried to steal it. So this is Courtney's now, is it?
I think it's mine.
Oh, yeah, because that was difficult.
I got wrong, and then Courtney went next, and now she goes first.
Okay, it is.
Right?
So it is Courtney.
Wait, Courtney, is it you or me?
I think it's you, Monica.
I thought it was me. Yeah, I thought it was
officially
me.
it's you. It's you. Here we go.
This is tricky.
You tell me.
What the heck? I am so
Liz-
sorry. I was like, go give her a hint. It'll be fine. Now I'm getting the hard ones.
Listen, I'll be honest. I did ask them for over and over again for this person. It shouldn't be hard to give me this person in an eagle's nest or a duck nest, etc. But it was same for the next one as well. They're linked to a degree. So here we go. The best defense against usurpatory government is an assertive wank. Again, very hard.
Populace.
That's what I would have said.
Oh, you're very close. It's a definite false. If I was a very nice man, I would have given it to you.
No, don't give it to me. No problem. I can take it.
So, Courtney, I'm going to hand it over to you. The best defense against a usurpatory government is an assertive wank.
Oh, I know what it is now.
People?
Oh, again.
Oh, I want to go again.
Okay, well, go on. So, what do you think?
I keep getting it wrong. Is it citizenry?
Oh, wow. I didn't expect someone to actually listen. I'm going to give you the point.
Come
for
on.
actually getting citizenry.
What do you think, Courtney?
Gonna...
Not that our opinions matter at all, but...
Yeah, no. I'm going to give...
Say who it is. I actually don't even know who it is.
Yeah, so okay. Do either of you want to have a little guess? It's going to be a hard one. Courtney? I know you're not going to guess it from the picture, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. The best defense against...
I could tell you he was a very famous Republican commentator upon TV.
Oh, boy.
I'll give you a cryptic clue. Here you go. I'll give you a cryptic clue. Okay. You might have seen him on the gun range, or he might have been in... ooh, that's a really hard clue. It's not
range.
Did he shoot his friend?
At least his show. You would have seen his very famous television show on the gun range. That's a cryptic clue.
Well.
Okay.
Can I tell you? Are you
Courtney?
Can I speculate?
Are you passing?
You can guess. I mean, what's
maybe I don't know. I'm sure it's not, but I'm going to say O'Reilly.
No.
Monica? There was
Monica?
a show many years ago
Many years
called
ago.
Crossfire,
Oh.
which would be a gun range, and Robert Novak was on that, but that's before your time for sure. But the Crossfire thing I thought was cool.
This was also a little bit before our time. I was only a little bit. Very famous Republican commentator presented The Firing Line. William F. Buckley.
Yeah, I was wondering if that wasn't The Firing Line William F. Buckley. Wow, I can't even tell by the eyes. Like he still doesn't look like that.
I know that's no, that's not William F. Buckley in the picture. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
go on.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one This
What
starts off.
was it citizenry or what was it?
Yes, it was
Oh,
citizenry.
was citizenry.
It
Okay.
was citizenry.
Yeah.
It was citizenry. Again, the same sort of thing happened to the next one. You don't get that. Well, he looks a little bit more like this person.
Okay.
This is for Monica to start off then.
Oh,
We are the United States of amnesia. We wank everything, including our own history.
so I'm gonna say forget.
Yes, correct.
And then he seems super scowly. I don't know.
I can tell you
Yeah.
tell you a clue.
Yeah, give me a clue.
He would be super scowly and was super scowly at the last person.
Oh,
That sounds like a bit of a cryptic clue, but I think you're going to get the answer.
no, I don't. He was scowly at the last.
Oh, yes.
And that means that this guy's a liberal.
Okay. If I hand it over, I'm going to give
Yeah.
Courtenay a little bit extra of a clue.
Go ahead.
Are you going to give a
I'm
random?
going to guess Ted Cruz, but that guy doesn't.
No.
that
Okay,
can't
we're
be-
going over.
doesn't fit your
Courtenay, give you an extra clue. In actual fact, this man said it got told by William F. Buckley on live TV that he was going to bop him on the nose if he didn't care. I believe he said bop him on the nose or punch him on the face. Well, I'm going to punch your face if you call me a crypto-Nazi again. Dare you do it?
If you call me a what again?
Crypto-Nazi. That's what William F. Buckley was called by this person, and he threatened to punch him in the face on live TV. It was a movie made about it, a documentary.
What?
Yeah. About this one moment.
Whoa.
I know. It's a very famous moment in
Well, it
history.
sounds very staged now.
Yeah.
It does sound very staged. Do you want to know who it is then, ladies?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wait, does Courtney want to guess?
Go on.
I'm thinking maybe Crystal, but yeah, I don't know. Well,
No, it
You
was
were friends.
actually Gore Vidal.
I never.
William F. Buckley
get
was called a crypto-Nazi by Gore Vidal live on TV, and William F. Buckley threatened to punch him in the face if he called him a crypto-Nazi again, and actually asked him to do that.
They were probably both working for the CIA at the time, so.
Yes, they were.
yeah.
Quite right. And round two here on Truth Bomb. Courtenay got 2 points, no truth bombs, and 1 corruption point, totaling 3. And Monica got 6 points, no truth bombs, no bonus points, no corruption points, totaling 6. Meaning after 2 rounds, Monica has 33 and Courtenay has 32.
Man, this
leveling
is
out.
close game.
Ooh,
Boy, this
close.
next round, it's like as if we're starting over.
Yeah.
It's like we're starting over again. Except you're going for the biggest scores, remember, ladies. The biggest scores. So, Monica, what are you looking forward to the most? Are you looking forward to the Great Taking or the Great Reset? The dog was like, the Great Reset! Yeah!
I guess I'd rather be took than reset.
Yeah, okay, you do. You'd rather someone takes you than resets you. True. Just sweep me off my feet, baby. Don't make me a baby again. Courtenay Turner, how about you? If you could go back in time to the birth of Hitler or the birth of Kissinger, which would you bring up as your own?
Bring up as my own.
Yeah, bring up as your own child. You've got to
like,
bring up
"What?"
either Hitler or either Kissinger as your own child. Which one would it be? It's a world-changing event. You know, you got the potential to change everything.
Yeah, because it could potentially change their the trajectory of their behavior, their actions.
Maybe Hitler wouldn't have been so kinky, and Kissinger been so pent up.
It's tough.
You got to choose one: Hitler or Kissinger. Who are you going to breastfeed? Tell me.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. when you put it like that.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
I have a very strange kind of theory, and I really don't. This is really a working theory,
Yeah,
but
go
I
on.
really do. But I have a theory that Hitler was like MK Ultra at the British War Propaganda Bureau.
Ooh, this is very interesting because he studied in Liverpool as well, didn't he?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think that he was really a byproduct of trauma-based mind control. And that doesn't mean that he didn't necessarily have the proclivities and tendencies and, personality makeup to be, the maniacal person that he turned out to be. But that means that potentially he did love, his daughter and his dog and, so maybe
you're saying Hitler is the one you'd bring up as your own?
maybe I could have had the chance to
Well, he wouldn't
save
have.
him from some of that
Yeah.
mind
Yeah,
control.
but by that theory, if it weren't him, it would have been somebody else. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
really save the world any trouble, whereas Kissinger was a mastermind.
Yeah, this we would have exactly.
It was my chance to be a hero.
We'd have the
Yeah,
same,
yeah,
exactly
either
the
way.
same round of truth bomb, but I would be saying the birth of Goebbels or the birth of Kissinger, wouldn't I? Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was tough.
That's an understatement. World War II was tough. Welcome to the specialist subject round. I'm going to ask you 18 general knowledge questions generated by honest and truthful AI bot. Of course, you may sense the outrageous BS, and you can earn extra points by setting the story straight, adding a truth bomb or two along the way. I'll be the judge of what, if anything, your truth bomb is worth. Are you ready for your main round, Monica?
Yes.
Right, okay. Monica, your specialist subject round on the disappearance of Malaysia flight MH370. From which city did MH370 take off on its journey to Beijing?
Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, indeed, in Malaysia. Any truth bombs, remember, along the way you want to add in? Please do so.
It did take off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. That is true.
Okay, good.
Mostly
good.
everything else is not true about the story, so buckle up.
Yeah, okay. How many people were on board MH370, including passengers and crew?
239 people.
Correct, yeah.
Dead.
227 passengers
Well,
and 12
definitely
crew members.
really dead.
Yeah, they definitely really dead. Right, okay. I'm not sure what to believe in this world anymore, to be honest,
That's
Monica.
for sure true.
Yeah. Things are getting tough. What was the last verbal communication from MH370 to Malaysian air traffic control?
Again, this is true. Good night. Malaysian 370.
Yeah, good indeed. Of course, it's not true or false now. So it's just the answers.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you're that's good. You gave the exact answer. Good night, Malaysian 370. Okay. What system on the MH370 sent its last transmission at 1:07 a.m. before being switched off?
Okay, so I'm going to answer you, and now you've got a truth bomb. It's called
Yay.
the ACARS, I believe. ACARS, ACARS.
Yes.
And it was not switched off. It was not switched off. It stopped transmitting. It was expected to transmit at 1:37, 30 minutes later. It's like a handshake that a plane shoots up to a satellite just to say, I'm here. And the reason it did not transmit again at 1:37 isn't because it was switched off, which it could not have been. It's because the plane blew up and fell into the South China Sea. And we will continue to add truth bombs to that, but that is a true fact, and that thing was not switched off.
Excellent. Okay, you get it correct for the Aircraft Communication Addressing and Reporting System, ACAS. And yeah, indeed, that's an excellent truth bomb there. Extra point. At what time did MH370's transponder stop communicating with air traffic control?
At 1:41 a.m. local time, which is when it blew up, and an oil rig worker observed it visually as a fireball.
Wait a minute. First of all, I'm going to say the answer.
Hold on. Wait. It can't have been 140. It was 121. Sorry.
Okay, I will accept the change
Sorry.
because I didn't get to say the thing. Okay. Yes, correct. It was 121.
Because
Do you
it
want to
didn't-
add the next thing in as a truth bomb? What were you saying?
Yes, the
Someone
truth
actually
bomb
saw it.
is that it was 121, that it was somebody so that was when it was no longer visible from radar or whatever, because it had blown up, and there was an oil rig worker who was reporting it in writing. I have it's now been scrubbed from the internet, but I have it, gave the exact coordinates and described in absolute detail exactly what happened, what direction the fireball was going in, all of that. And I want to save the next truth bomb so I can get another point and another
Yeah,
question.
go do it. All right, then get a truth bomb for that. Well done. Thank you very much. Wham bam, and you get the original point. What body of water was MH370 flying over when it disappeared from air traffic control radar?
The South China Sea.
Correct.
And that is where the Vietnam, there's going to be a truth bomb. I have so many. Vietnam saw and reported 2 oil slicks, which would have been totally consistent with 2 full, wings or whatever, what that plane was on the South China Sea. And China reported with a photo a door, like one of the doors floating. So it was dark, so they couldn't investigate at that time. But it was over the South China Sea when it disappeared, and it was into the South China Sea that it disappeared with 2 pieces of evidence.
Oh, God, that's like a nightmare for me. Yes, you're correct and correct. I don't like oceans, not a big fan of them. What ocean did investigators conclude MH370 likely ended up in based on satellite data?
Okay. I'm going to tell you, they said it was in the Southern Indian Ocean, and it was based on complete bullshit satellite data, complete bullshit. And it's really important. I wrote a whole article called "The Ping is the Thing." What they said was those ACARs, or Inmarsat, I don't know about the ACARs, but Inmarsat is the satellite tracking of a plane, and I believe it's ACARS that shoots the thing up there. So when they said it was dismantled, they can't have it both ways. But they said that Inmarsat continued to give information every hour on the hour as this plane was flying. The plane did not continue to fly. So when they say it was based on satellite information, that is a lie. What happens is the plane shoots up a ping to the satellite, and the satellite has no idea what the plane is. It only detects the angle of impact of the ping. Mm-hmm. So it will return a cone. It returns a cone. The satellite can be anywhere where a ping would have hit at this angle. So it's a cone, and the way that cone is represented is concentric circles. So if you look at the concentric circles down from above, it looks like it's a rippling thing on the same plane, but it's not. It's a cone. So they lied and said, look, it's got 8 pings. You can see the satellite data continues to emit for 8 times or 7 more times. Not true. There was 1 ping. It described a cone, and they depict that in circles. The satellite data stopped right when the plane went down at 1:21 a.m. and they just made up the thing about. They misrepresented the significance, and that's why they said it was in Southern Indian Ocean, but it was not.
Correct, and I'll give you a point for the truth bomb. That's a really good truth bomb. On which island was the first piece of MH370 debris recovered?
Réunion Island, but that's of course not true because no pieces of the plane were found. They say there were 20 pieces of the plane found over time. Absolutely not. They're in the South China Sea, which is the only place they did not search.
Isn't that just the way? The only place is the place they know it is.
You'll see those circles, and they just erase the part over the South China Sea. They're arcs. They're not arcs. They're circles. You just made it an arc, so you didn't have to search where it actually is.
Clever. Okay. Extra point there. Brilliant.
Thank you.
What was the name of the captain of MH370?
Zahari Shah?
Zahari, do you know his middle
true.
name?
Ahmad?
Yeah, it is Ahmad. Well done.
Okay.
I always thought you say
Yeah.
Ahmed, but I'm apparently
Oh,
I'm
you
wrong.
can say it with the aspirated H.
No. I've been
Ahmad.
told off by a Ahmad recently that I don't need to say it.
It's not a C, it's an aspirated H. It's Ahmad.
Okay.
Ahmad.
There's no H in okay. But anyway, yes, you get the one for that. And
Yeah, that's definitely true. There's no.
You can have an extra point for teaching me about what did you call it?
You aspirate the H.
Aspirating the H.
Ahmad.
Stop doing that, mate. It's
I thought you would like it
and
because it's
distracting
sensual.
me.
It's
It is.
sensual.
It's a bit too. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much.
Yeah. No, that could be gross.
Is this ASMR all of a sudden? I don't know what's going on. I got it all red in the face. Ooh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. How many countries were represented by passengers on MH370? How many different nationalities?
15.
15. Indeed. Okay. What was the majority nationality of the passengers on MH370?
Most of them were Chinese because they were going to Beijing.
Yes, they were. They were going to. Do you know how many passengers were Chinese? You are correct, so you get the point anyway. But
179.
No, 153.
Okay.
Good anyway. What technology did amateur investigator Richard Godfrey use to try to pinpoint MH370's location?
Was it an automated underwater vehicle, an AUV? Is that correct?
No.
What was it?
Yeah, weak signal propagation reporter.
Oh.
Apparently.
Okay.
I don't
know. I don't know that one.
What did a 2016 leaked American document reveal about Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah's home flight simulator? Really interesting.
I'm just going to guess because it's a total lie, and that it had the flight plan in there to divert west or something, but it's bullshit.
Okay, the answer is it showed the route into the southern Indian Ocean with a simulated landing on an island.
Yeah, that's a complete crock of shit. But he was not suicidal. You couldn't, he didn't. Do
you want to add a truth bomb? So you don't get the point for the question, but you can still add a truth bomb.
This guy was totally fine. The conspiracy theory that they're propagating is that he was killing himself or, had a nut job experience, and that so there's no evidence from this plane. The transponder's gone, the ACARS is gone, they had no black box, anything like that. In order to do that, these guys would have had to, and they say it's probably not even possible if you could, but they would have had to detach the ceiling in the cockpit, which is not detachable. Climb up there, know what they were doing. There were two of them in the cockpit, so they would have had to been both on board with it and done that, and then taken it far afield. It just absolutely didn't happen. They malign this guy who was a victim. What actually happened, here's your truth bomb. What most likely happened to the plane was the cargo had lithium ion batteries in it. And it also had mangosteen fruit, which supposedly emits a gas that can be flammable. I don't know about that, but I know that you're not allowed to have cargoes. They changed shortly after that the rule. You cannot have lithium ion batteries in the cargo of a plane. I think the most likely scenario is that they blew up, and this poor guy was a victim just like everyone else, and they malign him. But therein lies the key to why they made all this stuff up. If it's an act of terrorism or an act of God or whatever, there's a limited amount of recovery that can be gotten by the passengers or other victims. If it were lithium ion batteries, which were known to carry danger, then it would have been considered negligence on the part of the airline. And sure, maybe you don't care about Malaysia Airlines, but the insurance company, whatever it was, I can't remember, was reinsured by Lloyd's of London or one of the really big reinsurers. So a reinsurer would have been on the hook for billions of dollars if it were exposed that that thing, cargo, was full of lithium ion batteries, which I believe is actually in evidence that it was. Whether they blew up or not is not known, but I think it was. And I just feel terrible for that pilot. And the co-pilot's implicated too, that they would suggest that he killed all those people when he was just an innocent victim.
Yeah, excellent. That's a good truth bomb. There's loads of people like that in these stories, though. Lots of people who end up being the patsy of it.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you do? Flying patsy in this case. What condition did some theories suggest might have incapacitated the passengers and crew of MH370?
I mean, I would say lack of oxygen, but I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
I would say being
oxygen
blown
deprivation.
up in air. But yes, I'm going to say that's the official story would be, hypoxia, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, correct. I'll accept that. What unusual detail was reported about two passengers on MH370?
Oh, I believe they were not traveling under their true names.
Yeah, do you want to advance? What?
And the wrong passports?
There you go. I'll accept that. They were traveling on stolen Italian and Austrian passports.
Yeah.
Correct. They were. What did Malaysian authorities, got 3 questions left. What did Malaysian authorities conclude about the two passengers with the stolen passports?
I believe that was unrelated to the event.
Do you remember what nationality they think they were?
Oh. I'm going to say Saudi.
Okay. Well, close-ish.
Yes. Yeah.
Iranian men seeking asylum with no links to terrorism.
Right.
Oh, nice. What conspiracy theory did media mogul Rupert Murdoch tweet about in March 2014? It's a hard one.
Yeah, that's kind of early for the conspiracies. Is it the Diego Garcia conspiracy?
I don't know what is that conspiracy?
It's that it landed on an island, that a U.S. military island called Diego Garcia Island, that it actually landed.
No. The answer is that MH370 was part of a conspiracy to make trouble for China, possibly hidden in northern Pakistan. That's what
I didn't know about. I get. Yeah, that sounds familiar. There were a few conspiracy theories, but it was what you see is what you get. The conspiracy theories were part of the conspiracy cover-up, and that the real obvious truth of it. Did I tell you about the Pacific Islanders who were sitting? So,
go on, a truth bomb, you mean?
Yeah, it's just fun. So I recently went to Vietnam for my wedding anniversary, and it was very cool. And there are villagers, a lot of fishing villages where I was, and they're basically up all night. They can be up late, they can be up early, and you just see the water. Yeah, but they're fishing. So you can see on the water all their lanterns. It's quite beautiful. Yeah, no, they're not dancing. They're not.
They're dancing and fishing.
Yeah,
like,
they're dancing and fishing.
Hand, and this is my dancing hand. So go on.
Yes. So there was a bunch of islanders sitting on the beach, which is believable when you think about the culture. And at 1:21, when the oil rig guys saw a fiery ball, they all heard a loud boom. So the conspiracy theories are all a conspiracy to cover up the bald-faced, obvious, witnessed truth from remnants of the plane, fiery ball, the boom. So that theory cannot hold water because that plane was in the water at 1:21 a.m.
Nice. Okay. I'll give you an extra for that truth bomb. I like you throwing in a truth bomb.
Thank you.
And this is last one.
Okay.
What was the name of the? Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. What was the name of the BBC documentary released in 2024 about MH370? I'm reading the name. It's funny.
I would never watch that crap. So I'm going to just say disappeared without a trace. But what was it?
Why planes vanish?
Oh my gosh.
Why do coups happen? Oh, I'll tell you. We'll tell
Yes.
you our version.
They vanish because they blow up in midair when they are full of lithium ion batteries. So
Why
that
is terrorism
why
a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
It's actually called Why Planes Vanish, The Hunt for MH370. Okay. So that's it. Have you any truth bombs about the serious misconceptions people have about the MH370? What's your biggest thing to round off this round?
Well, there's a new round of theories that something metaphysical happened to it, that a UFO blinked it out or
Ooh.
kidnapped the people, or there were things circling the plane. And I would say that I come up with a complete the truth of it is so plain and simple and provable that I have to say beware of the continuing attempt to obfuscate the truth about MH370 with new and improved conspiracy theories.
Do you think that there's a lot more conspiracy theories about something when the truth is very obvious and very true, that they have to create more sound and more noise?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, how else would you do it? And you really need to co-opt people, real people who really want to find the truth. You can, I mean, like a Pizzagate, I'm sure there was a lot of truth in Pizzagate, but it was very important to make it super complicated so that the plain obvious truth of it, which was probably that those people were up to no good, but it was really not, I never really got into it because some of that stuff can even be there to divert you from a totally separate, obvious thing that would be good for people to actually know. And so I think a lot of the stuff is distraction.
Yeah, most of my work is me just pulling out my hair as people make a mountain out of a molehill, and the molehills are very obvious and look like the intelligence created like by the intelligence agents that they're created by. So excellent.
Definitely.
Well done. That was a good round.
Okay.
So, Courtenay, it's your round now. I'm going to ask you 18 general knowledge questions generated by honest and truthful AI, of course. You can sense the outrageous bollocks, and you can earn extra points by setting the story straight, adding in a truth bomb along the way. I'll be the judge of what anything's worth. Your specialist subject round is on the Tavistock Clinic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What year was the Tavistock Clinic originally founded?
In 1920. And I can add a little truth bomb on that.
We like it. Go on, do it.
Okay, so the it was in Tavistock Square, but the 11th Duke of Bedford donated the building. It was part of the estate, and he donated the building that was designated for the shell shock therapy research on the soldiers. That's what they specialized in. But it was Herman Russell. And he is of the family of the Russell family, Russell Trust that was the founder of the Skull and Bones Society. So the AI will tell you that it's a same family, but not directly the same lineage.
Oh, right. So yeah, don't worry. It's second cousins it's their second cousins of the people who are effing you over here or effing you over here. That's fine. Excellent. That's a good answer and good truth bomb as well. That's 2 points on the first question. Who founded the Tavistock Clinic?
Hugh Crichton Miller.
Oh, nice. Correct. That's what they say.
That's
good. And that's what those AI say. So do you know anything about Hugh Crichton Miller?
Might have some other thoughts, but yes, that's what they say.
Yeah, what they say. Okay. In which city was the Tavistock Clinic first established?
London.
Yes, it was London.
Yeah.
What type of psychiatry does the Portman Clinic specialize in?
Forensic psychiatry.
Oh, yes, indeed. Any you want to add anything to that?
Forensic psychiatry, they also do like criminal, well, I guess that's part of, like criminal studies. And here's a truth bomb. They joined in 1994. They merged with the clinic. So.
Okay. Good. All right. That's a good one. Which famous Swiss psychiatrist gave lectures at the Tavistock Clinic in the 1930s?
So I think that would probably be Carl Jung. And,
yes, correct.
I believe it was actually in 1935. And a little truth bomb on Carl Jung. He was actually a Mithrian.
I don't know what that means.
So he believed like he was like the cult of Mithras. And he would have these dreams where he believed that he was actually the lion god. It's like Lecento, I can't pronounce it, but the lion god, and is like essentially like a satanic kind of figure. And he would have and in his memoirs and dreams, I forgot the full name, the full title, but it's Memoirs and Dreams something, where he outlines this whole dream where he, envisions himself becoming this, lion godhead. And he then says he doesn't really think it was a dream, like he thinks it was actually real. And I don't know if I should add this as truth bomb, but it's on Jung. So,
that's good.
So he also created something called the quaternity, and one, like the traditional Christian religion would have a trinity. He believed in the quaternity, and one figurehead was Satan, literally. And I have a theory that this is why the futurists always have they always have quadrants when they do their war game scenarios. That it's based on like this quaternity principle, but that's just
just your theory to add on top. Well, I'll give you an extra point for the truth bomb. I'm tempted to give you an extra 2 points, to be honest. There was a lot there, and it was very interesting to hear about Jung. Okay, right. But what is the name of the specialized service for young people with gender identity issues started at the Tavistock Clinic in 1989?
They call it GIDS, Gender Identity Disorder Services.
It is true it's GIDS, but it's Development Services. I'll still give it to you for GIDS anyway.
Development Services. So Truth Bomb, they had a whole... they were contested in 2022. That's when they had a whole lawsuit. It was the cast review. And this is where, like, the first time most people heard of Tavistock. They all these years of history and all the speculation that they were tied to the British War Propaganda Bureau. So it goes all the way back to, pre-World War I, theoretically. And most people had never heard of it until 2022.
Quite amazing. I remember seeing it on the news and being like, wow, things are, the establishment is crumbling little by little and being replaced by the digital establishment. How lovely.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. You'll get an extra for truth bomb on top of the right answer. What theory developed by John Bowlby at the Tavistock Clinic explains the importance of early relationships?
So that would be attachment theory, and
Correct.
I'll add a little truth bomb on top of that to explain attachment theory.
Bomb.
Yeah, we do. So attachment theory is about the relationship to the primary caretaker. So, in most cases, that would be the parents of the child. And he categorized it as, strong attachment, secure attachment, he called it. Then there is the avoidant. So those are the two kind of extremes. And then there's the anxious ambivalent attachment. And this is kind of the whole premise that children of alcoholics fare worse than children of schizophrenics. And it's because they tend to be anxious ambivalent in their child's rearing practices. They don't know whether or not they can depend on their primary caretaker. So a child who knows that they can't is actually going to fare better. And I'll add another little truth bomb on top of that is that, so the theory of borderline personality disorder is comes from this. It's stems from this theory of attachment theory. There's something called a reactionary attachment disorder, which they believe is a precursor to borderline personality disorder. And they do believe that there's some sort of potential genetic component, but they also find that children who had anxious ambivalent childhood rearing are more likely to develop what they call RAD, reactionary attachment disorder.
Wow, that's you quite correct. Attachment theory. That's a really interesting truth bomb. I'd be interested because I think a lot of that holds water. It sounds like it holds water, at least from my experience. What do you think about it? Do you think that it holds any weight?
Yeah, I think it holds a lot of weight. I actually think that I think a lot of what MK Ultra was doing was further studying these, but also studying how they could exacerbate it. So to create things, dark triad personality disorders, which would be like, Machiavellian narcissism, borderline, psychopathy. Borderline can fall into the cluster B as well. It depends on the extent of the psychopathy. But I think they were really trying to figure out, how to exacerbate it and create it. And I think it's part of why you're seeing that on such a mass scale in society. I also think that they have, part of the whole identity politics. And I think the Frankfurt School, which, converged with Tavistock psychologists, there is lots of overlap. A lot of them work together oftentimes. And I think that they really, of course, they didn't create it, but I think they codified this notion of identity politics because they were trying to create identities in groups rather than individuals. And that is a great breeding ground to create borderline personality disorder, because if you lack a core sense of self, that's, one of the cornerstones of borderline personality disorder, but then you're more likely to be searching for identity in a group and less likely to have a strong, core identity, which is much easier to weaponize. So.
Yeah. And I suppose it's a study of how to divide people psychologically so that you can conquer them as a whole. Excellent. I'll give you an extra point for that, because that was something that I think really got to. We kind of see all of their theories as being evil theories, but some of them hold weight, and it's just they've come to the conclusion that is possibly true, but they know how to use it and manipulate it. I think that's really important.
I don't think they would be so powerful if they didn't have validity. Right?
Yes,
I think
exactly.
that they were really studying actual phenomenon. They were trying to study human nature. It's just that they also studied how they could weaponize it.
How they can use it for their benefit. Yeah, indeed. Most definitely. Okay. What was the original location of the Tavistock Clinic in London?
Oh, the original location. Because it moved several times. So there was the first one, the shell shock therapy, that was in Tavistock Square.
Good, that's correct. That's what I was looking for. But if you want to add in an extra truth bomb about where they were afterwards, then go for it.
So they moved to Mallet Place, and they were super excited about that one. And then I think they're currently, I'll probably mispronounce it, but it's Belsize, something like that. Yeah, that's where they are. Yeah, so they've moved a few times. But
I like that. I'll give you an extra for truth bombs about their extra location. You're quite right. Tavistock Square was the first one. What type of research did the Tavistock Clinic pioneer during World War II?
World War II. I don't know what they called it specifically, but it would be like group relations, group dynamics.
Oh, well done. Yeah, group relations research.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I can add a truth bomb on that.
Go for it.
So a lot of that was centered on Wilfred Bions' work, and he focused largely on leadership, leaderless groups. And he had these two classifications that he talked about. One was the basic assumptions groups, and then he had working groups. And so working groups would be kind of, the ideal scenario of a group dynamic. You have a team project, everybody's involved, they all bring their unique strengths and gifts and insights to the project, but, they retain their individual insights and thought processes. In the basic assumptions groups, what he found was that you started to have like this, kind of a hive mind. He didn't use that term, but, they would lose their individual sense of perspective, and you kind of became one. It would be, kind of a collective.
I don't want to be uploaded to that. But
I
that's what
know.
eventually is going to be changed to digital, is what they're looking for. Excellent, excellent. That's a good truth bomb on top. You're quite right, and a truth bomb on top. Okay, which organization provided a significant grant to help establish the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations in 1947?
So that would be the Rockefeller Foundation.
What? The Rockefeller Foundation? Who would think they would be doing anything suspicious like funding these guys? Go on.
So the truth bomb is that's what led to the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations. And we can add another truth bomb on top of that, because this is kind of juicy. So it was right before they became the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, they were creating something called the War Office Selection Boards. And this is my theory, but there's a lot of evidence that you can find that substantiates this. But there's a document, you pull it off of CIA.gov, but it's called From Mice to Rascals. And they talk about how it's a great way to pick leaders for, they were talking about for the OSS, which, worked very closely with the British intelligence and became the CIA. But they talk about how it came out of the British Army, this process. And so I suspect that it was the War Office Selection Board that they're talking about, but this is how they don't say to pick change agents, although that is a word that Tavistock uses quite often, but it is a process that they were using to pick these leaders, military leaders that they saw that they called it intelligence test, but it really wasn't so much about intelligence. It was really about who was moldable and less likely more likely to go along and not break down and not break away. But then as a part of this whole thing, where this grant, the Rockefeller gave to create the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, which focused more on research and, group dynamics, organizational psychology, workplace type of projects and research and education as well. They created something called Operation Phoenix. And this precedes the Operation Phoenix of the CIA. And it's very interesting because the centenary of Tavistock was 2020. And so they did a whole publication. They wrote a book. It was Waddell, Margot Waddell is the primary editor, although there are several authors on the piece. But the publishing company is the Phoenix Publishing Company. You can't make this stuff up. And the Operation Phoenix was fascinating because they talk about how it was the Invisible College. And on Wikipedia, they even say that this was a nod to the Invisible College, that it was the predecessor to the Royal Society. And there were Rosicrucian ties, right? And that they actually say this, like even on Wikipedia, like mainstream Wikipedia even admits this. But there, a lot of historians will say that was Churchill's secret weapon, was the Tavistock psychologists who were the Invisible College. But they were involved in the restructuring that created the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations. So.
That is a massive truth bomb on there, quite a hefty one. But some of that's extremely interesting, and yeah, just astounding, truly astounding. Okay, next one up. What is the name of the peer-reviewed journal published by the Tavistock Institute?
So that would be Human Relations, I'm guessing?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay. And Truth Bomb Human Relations was co-authored with Kurt Lewin, and who was not like an official Tavistock employee, but he very much influenced Tavistock, his group dynamics theories and his sensitivity training, which sensitivity training was actually deemed by the CIA to be brainwashing. And they said they really wanted to learn that. There's a 1974 document from CIA.gov that you can pull down and find that. But they said that they really wanted to discover the efficacy of this technique, but they just couldn't brainwash their military. That it was too reminiscent of Chinese. They didn't say Maoist struggle session, but I think that's what they were alluding to. But they did say Chinese brainwashing tactics. And so, but yeah, Kurt Lewin, who was a Frankfurt School refugee. Worked with MIT, Office of Naval Intelligence, and so on, so forth.
Yeah, excellent. Good truth bomb there. Excellent. And you were correct as well. What was the name of the child guidance clinic absorbed by Tavistock Clinic in 1967?
Child Guidance Clinic.
AI, so the answer may be pretty easy.
Oh, I'm going to say the Child Guidance Clinic.
I'm not going to give you it. It's actually London Child Guidance
Oh,
Clinic.
okay, London Child Guidance Clinic.
I'm thinking, no, unfortunately, I'm not getting. But there's sometimes they pull up questions like that. I include them here and there. Which Tavistock Clinic staff member became the first president of the World Federation for Mental Health?
That would be John Rawlings Rees.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and Truth Bomb. He wrote "Shaping Psychiatry by War." And so he was, applying. The way I kind of look at it is they were, World War I. They focus on shell shock therapy, right? So they're focusing on the individual post-traumatic stress of the individual soldier, and they're applying that now to civilians and extrapolating that research that way. And then after World War II, they decide everybody's traumatized, so now everybody is a Tavistock patient. Basically.
That's good. I'm gonna give you a truth bomb point for that. That's good. I like it. What was the name of the independent review that recommended changes to the Tavistock Clinic's gender identity services? You know this.
This is the CAS review.
Yeah, indeed. Who led the CAS review?
Oh.
What was her name?
I don't remember the first name, Cass, but I don't remember. Yeah.
It's Dr. Hillary Cass.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. You get.
I knew it was obviously Cass, but I don't remember her first name. Yeah, Hillary.
Okay. Which Australian clinician worked with John Bowlby on preschool education at the Tavistock Clinic in the 1950s?
Oh, I'm gonna blank on this. It's like Hazel something.
Oh, well, you're right on the first name. Go on.
Hazel.
She sounds like a superhero.
Hazel.
Hazel. That's a cool name. Named after Elvis Presley himself. Hazel.
No, Hazel. I think it's something with like an A. I don't know.
Okay, it's Hazel Harrison. I was giving you a bit of clue by like a superhero. They've always got the same letter. What was the name of the units developed by Tavistock staff during World War II to help returning soldiers?
The CRUs, civilian resettlement units.
Good, civil resettlement units, but I'll give you that. Yeah, most definitely. That's true enough. They resettle you. Resettle you in both mentally and physically. Which Tavistock clinician was known for his works on organizational dynamics and socio-technical systems?
So this would be Eric Trist, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And Truth Bomb, he also worked with Fred Emery. And socio-technical systems is very much like an extension of cybernetic theory and cybernetic systems. And it's very much what we are witnessing today. I don't think the fourth industrial revolution would be possible without socio-technical systems. This is the whole, merging man with machines, although they didn't have it, developed to that extent, but it was all about the environment and how we interact with the technology. Obviously, it just wasn't as developed as it is today. But.
Totally. And I covered some of this when I was doing the Epstein-Musk article, of course, and we talked about things like the Invisible College when I went on your show to talk about that, because, of course, these things are all linked together. Cybernetics, information theory, all of this is sort of all within the same basket. Okay, you got one left. Which major event in 2022 raised questions about the future of the Tavistock Clinic's gender services?
Which major event?
I'm not sure. I think this is a bit of a, I wouldn't call it a major event. What happened in 2022 which raised questions about the future of Tavistock's gender services?
Oh, this was the protests, I would think. Right?
I'm not going to give it to you for this because it's the announcement of GID's closure and the replacement with regional centers.
Yeah, really... I'm thinking like it was the protest that led to the closure.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to give? Do you want to give a final truth bomb that covers things about Tavistock
Well,
Clinic.
I add to just that truth bomb because in the same year there was a like a whole scandal that raised awareness also about Tavistock Clinic because they had a like a whole seminar on whiteness as a problem. And
Oh,
so
wow.
this raised a lot of this raised a lot of controversy. But yeah, okay. So you said to add on.
Yeah, add on that is like, left me, it knocked me for 6, and I was like, my skin color is shameful still.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just the way it is now, though. I used to care about it when I was younger. It was like, oh, we white people are terrible. Now I'm like, we white people are terrible.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not?
Like the thing you can't do anything about. Yeah.
Yeah, I like being white. I'm actually quite brownish now. I went out and I stayed in the sun for a while, a little bit red in places. So here you
You're
go.
trans ethnic.
So go on, but let's not talk about my trans ethnicity. Let's talk about, come on, the a truth bomb about the Tavistock Clinic.
A truth bomb about the Tavistock Clinic on the whole. Let me think. Why am I blanking? Well, this is kind of related because it's based on the whole field of psychology, right? And so the grandfather of psychology is considered to be Wilhelm Wundt, and he very much inspired, obviously, like Jung and Freud and all the Tavistock psychologists. And his great-great-grandfather was Karl Kirchenrat Wundt. I might have missed them. Casimir. Yeah, that's the other name. And he actually was like literally in the Illuminati. His name was Alfred in the Raphael in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And you can find it in it was in the Utica Provincial Report.
That is brilliant truth bomb. It's so crazy. And in actual fact, he was a member of the Illuminati. Why do all my rounds end like this? I don't know. Okay, and round 3 on Monica's round on Malaysian flight MH370. She got 13 points, 9 truth bombs, no bonus points, 1 corruption point, totaling 23. Round 3, Tavistock Clinic for Courtenay Turner, 15 points, 12 truth bombs, 1 bonus point, no corruption point, 28. The scores after 3 rounds. Courtenay currently has 60 points. Wow. And Monica has 55. Ladies, you are running away with it.
Very respectable.
Monica Perez, how long before we are all forced to show our woo-woos on OnlyFans for food vouchers?
I think we're there.
I think we're there. Okay. Well, I'm willing to do it. I don't mind. I mean, as long as I get discount food, that's all that makes me happy. Courtenay, will you be joining my new sex cult? It's called the Acolytes of Moldbug, and we spend all of our times playing Dungeons and Dragons while moaning about people who used to bully us in high school.
So is Mencius the leader?
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like our deity. We all go into a room and smear on the walls for Moldbug.
I think I might abstain from this one.
Okay. Abstain, you do. Abstain, you do. Here we enter the Quickfire picture round, and this week it's called Dr. Franken Poodle. Yes, Bill Gates and his ilk have been at it again, meddling in medical science. This time they've been making animal hound hybrids. It'll be up to our contestants to buzz in first to guess either of the hybrid's 2 names. You have to combine the animal and the dog. Yes. Half of one name, half of the other to find its real name. Okay? Yeah, I will be allowing contestants to steal. So the first one to exclaim truth bomb gets a chance to answer. If you're wrong, then it gets handed over to your opponent with a chance for extra truth bomb. You must get the right answer right if you do want to give a truth bomb, but I'm not sure how many truth bombs can be given on this. Here we go, ladies. Prepare yourselves. for Dr. Franken Poodle. First one to say truth bomb.
Truth bomb.
I love these rounds. Go on, Monica. What's your truth bomb? What do you think?
Germation? Giraffe, Dalmatian? Germation?
Yeah, germation is acceptable. But now, what would be the other name? Possible name?
Dalrath?
Oh, yes, nice. Okay, correct. You get 2 points there. This can be stolen, see? So if you only get...
Courtney could have jumped in with the other name.
Well, no, if you got the second part wrong, then it gets handed over, and then she could steal both points from you.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Get ready. Here's the next one. First one to say truth bomb. You might just want to come in and risk it for a biscuit. Here you go.
Truth bomb?
Go on then. Truth bomb. Risk it for a biscuit.
Be Goddard?
No. Do you know what? Handing it over, Monica.
Sealweiler?
Seaweiler. I'm gonna let you have that one. Because
is it a seal or a sea cow?
It's a Seaweiler. You can't say, if you say the full name, it won't be that. So it's a Seaweiler. I'll give you that. What's the other?
I understand. You're right.
What's the other one? What?
Portmanteau. A rot eel.
Yeah, a rot eel. Indeed. Okay. That's acceptable. These terrible chimeras that Bill Gates has been creating. It's just true evil. Right, okay, get ready. This next one's one of my favorites, name-wise. Get ready to say truth bomb.
Truth bomb.
Go on.
I'm blanking on the first part, though. That was dumb. I thought it would come to me faster than that.
I'm ready.
Well,
go on. I'll give you another couple of seconds before I hand it over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just guess. Whatever.
It's a hard. This is a hard, tricky round for the mind.
Yeah, I can't quite place the breed.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it over because I think Monica's gonna get it.
Well, I think it's a raccoodle.
It is a raccoodle, and what would be the other name? A poocoon. A poocoon is one of my favorite. If you can mix a poodle and a raccoon, you'd get a poocoon. That's acceptable. Okay. Monica, you get to 2 points there. You're eking back those points. You are behind at the moment. So, okay, get ready. Monica is clearly very good at this round, so be careful, Courtney. But you can always waste it if you get in there quick. Right, here we go. Get ready for say truth bomb.
Truth bomb.
Go on.
A germodial.
I'll give it German dial. I'll give you German. It's German dial.
That's one I would have gotten.
Yeah, go on.
Well, a croco purd is better than a croco shepherd, but you're gonna probably want
no. I accept croco shepherd. Croco shepherd. That is actually a croco shepherd. There. That's what my preferred. Okay, good. Get ready. There's 2 more. So first one, say truth bomb.
Truth bomb.
Go on then.
Chihuahua snake.
Nice.
No, it's not. I'm gonna hand it over.
Okay.
Is
Monica.
it chubra or a kawawa?
Did you say a chubra?
A chubra, like a chihuahua cobra. Chubra. Okay. Or a kobwawa.
Okay, so you get Kobwawa, you get one. I'm not going to give you one for Chubra.
Isn't that a Chihuahua and a Cobra?
Chira. I'll accept
Chihuahua, yes, I'm a bad speller.
Yeah, so you get 1 point for that with a
Yeah, you're
kawawa,
right.
which is
I
again.
was type of snake. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, and
Problem.
Courtney, put your finger on that trigger. Get ready to say truth bomb. Who knows? Maybe this one will make sense.
Truth
truth
bomb.
bomb.
Oh, Monica got there first anyway. Go on,
Sorry,
Monica.
but I'm losing. I'm not. We have not been playing.
Yeah,
games,
that's fine.
so-
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind you trying to win.
Yeah, I think
on
it's
a quiz show.
Oh,
a-
I know this one.
Puglephant,
Puglephant, yes.
and I think it's an Ellepug.
Oh, I'm not going to accept Ella
Okay.
Pug and I'm going to give Courtney the chance to steal this because I did make it clear it can't be the full name of the.
Oh, you did make it clear,
animal.
and you
Yeah.
yes, you forgave my
Courtney,
first
over to
mistake.
you.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you get the other one, not Puglephant, but if you
Yeah,
get the
you're
other
right.
one, you can have 2 points.
Okay, so
It's not Ella Pug.
no. Oh boy.
It's close though, and it's better
It was
than
very
Ellepug.
close.
Better than
very
Ellepug.
Yeah.
Elug.
Oh, unfortunately, no. It's an Ella Fug.
Ellepug, like
Ellepug.
it's
Yeah,
Ella Fugly.
Ella Fug for life.
I mean, I
That's
really
it.
feel like that's going to be a new insult in my Ella Fugly. It's Ella Fugly.
It's Ella Fugly. That but look how
Ella
cute
Fugly.
that is. Look how cute. Well, I'm gonna give Monica Puglephant. I'm gonna give you 1 point for Puglephant, but after 4 rounds and Franken Poodle. Franken Poodle. Monica scored 10 points. Courtney scored 0 points, leaving Monica at 65 and Courtney at 60, swapping it round. Like 3 rabid squirrels fighting over gigantic nuts, Courtney, Monica, and I are willing to do whatever it takes to fill our cheeks with mush while scratching each other's eyes out. Question is, do we remember when famous people died? We'll find out as we play the 69 Club. All our contestants have to do in this round is decide what age the famous people died. You both get to have a guess, with Courtney going first, and then we alternate. The closest guess gets the points. Okay, remember that. You get an extra point if you can identify all of the people. That's going to be hard in some of this because AI is crazy. You get added points if you get their age spot on. Here we go. Let's play the 69 Club. Okay, Courtney, here you go. You see a picture of these guys. Remember, now one of these guys in here, I have to say, AI did give me multiple ages for one of these guys when they died. But when did these guys die? How old were they? Which club are they involved with? Do you recognize any of them?
Dude, they're awful. These visions are. These pictures.
I know. Oh, trust me, I did this 100 times, and that's the best I got.
Ugh, yikes!
They don't like it when you got multiple people, but if you can guess even a couple, it'd be good. So, what age do you think any of these guys? Do you recognize any of these guys?
I don't recognize a single one.
Okay.
I'll just randomly say 65.
Oh wow, 65. Okay. Monica, what about you? That's a high figure for a bunch of young looking fellas.
So the average age these people died?
The exact age these people died.
Oh, they all were the same age when they died?
They all were the same age when they died.
27.
Okay, no, you're both wrong, but you'll get the point there, Monica, because you're closest. Do you recognize any of these?
I mean, I feel like it's Tupac and Buddy Holly. I don't know what the other guys.
Yeah,
Must
okay.
be Richie Valens is probably one of them.
The AI told me Tupac died when he was 21, but he wasn't 21. He was something like 25. But still, it's included because that's what that's what they've told me. It's Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, as in la 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 bamba. Sid Vicious. It's supposed to be Sid Vicious in the middle, and Alia, or however you say, Alaya. who, of course, was famously in a relationship with a fair few people. I think she was even in a relationship with P. Diddy at one point.
Yeah.
And what was the age of death? Did you say 25?
21.
21.
No. Oh,
all,
Yeah.
21.
they
Yeah.
all died at 21 years old.
I
Except
remember.
for Tupac.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
The only one. I mean, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. Next one. This is for you, Monica, to go first. Here we go.
What a good game. Okay, that's John Lennon. The age is 40.
Okay, so the age, rather than average age, it's just their
the
age.
age
All of these
40.
guys. Okay, that's correct. The average age is or the age is
The age
40.
and the average age are both 40.
Officially, I should have given Courtney a chance to also guess. So instead, what I'll do is, if you can name any other one person there, you're getting a point there, Courtney.
Mm.
It is a hard one.
Yeah. I feel like I almost recognize him, but it's not coming to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that you get 2 points there, Monica, for guessing it exact spot on. Is John Lennon,
Dale Earnhardt, right?
John Coltrane,
Yeah.
Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious movies, and Chris Benoit, the wrestler, who of course he murder-suicide. He did. Right. Okay, this next one's for Courtney to guess first. It's a clever round, this. It's actually a clever round. Here you go. The Asian woman in the background, they kept putting her in there, but she wasn't actually asked for in any of the prompts.
No way.
They just kept putting in the Asian woman over and over again. It didn't make any sense. So this is over to you, Courtney, I believe. What age do you think these guys died?
Well, I recognize at least one for sure. I don't know the age.
With the closest gets it, remember, so.
Okay.
Which ones do you recognize?
I mean, that looks like Marilyn Monroe.
Definitely is, yes.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on the other.
I would say Marilyn Monroe's boobs were bigger.
Way bigger.
Way bigger.
Yeah, way bigger.
I don't know. We'll say. I don't know why I should know this. And I don't. But I feel like they all died young. So I'm going to say 37. I don't know.
Okay, you say 37. Over to Monica Perez. What are you going to say on this?
I'm going to say 27.
Okay, well, Courtenay Turner gets the point here. They all died at the age of 35.
Oh.
Courtney, you said you've only recognized one there. Do you recognize any more, Monica?
Bruce Lee. And
Bruce Lee.
Is that Mozart?
Yeah, Mozart.
And who's the chick?
Yeah, those are the other two I would have thought, but I don't recognize the other one.
The trick, she always had another suitcase in another hallway.
Oh, Amelia Earhart?
No, Ava Peron.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Okay, right. All died at the age of 35. Okay, the next one's over to Monica. You get the point there, Courtney. The next one's over to Monica. Here you go. First guess. 3 guys
40.
there.
40. Oh,
you're gonna 40. No,
it's 44. Sorry, it's 44. 44.
You're gonna go with 44. Courtney, what are you gonna guess?
I'm gonna go.
Monica sounded very sure about herself, maybe too sure.
Yeah,
it sounds sure. I'm gonna go with.
It's such a clever game.
48.
Good, you get the point here, Courtney. You do get the point. You steal it there. Do you recognize who these guys are?
No.
Okay. Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess, Monica?
Yeah.
Monica?
Well, that's James Gandolfini.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the middle guy's Napoleon.
Yeah, definitely Napoleon.
Yeah.
Had no
And-
willy left when he died, apparently.
And who's the other guy? Galileo? No.
No, Shakespeare.
Oh, is that really Shakespeare?
Yeah. Apparently, but who knows what
Truth
Shakespeare
bomb.
actually looked like? Go on.
Truth bomb. Shakespeare did not write those plays.
I'll give you an extra
Thank
point
you.
for saying that.
Thank
I'm not sure if it's true, but it may have been a lot of people may have been
I
Shakespeare.
don't know. Like
Bacon.
I really go back and forth on that. I'm not sure.
I feel like, yeah, there was just, he just wasn't traveled enough to know the details about courts in other countries. For
Yeah,
example, for
okay.
starters.
You could have had a research team. I feel like a lot of what he wrote had less to do with like world knowledge and much more to do with like human nature.
But
Yeah.
it was in the context of the politics and everything. It just seemed too sophisticated. His children were illiterate. There's
Yeah.
no extant writing. It just seems, I
I
don't
like this.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's disagreement here. We like a bit of
I
disagreement
love
here.
it. I don't know. I
Blood.
really do go back and forth on it. I think it's convincing to think that he had like a team.
But
that-
how would he get a team? He was a nobody.
Well, if he was being
That's if he was even real.
Oh, you're saying he
Bum,
was
bum,
part
bum.
of a team.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. They
Maybe-
might have
maybe-
included him.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There might have been a bit of a mythos. People like Christopher Marlowe might have been getting involved
Yes,
in some of the
Francis
writing.
Bacon.
Yeah. So, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, even the closest images we've got of Shakespeare may not been Shakespeare at all, and were just found and attributed to it. Bill Bryson actually wrote a very good short book about Shakespeare and the conspiracies around Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah.
Really
I have
interesting
a
book.
few. So did
Okay.
Joe Sobran, alias
Right.
Shakespeare.
Ooh, that's interesting. Right. Well, anyway, let's go on to the next one. Here you go. This is for Courtenay again, this time, I believe. Okay. And
I need a bigger screen for these.
Oh
You
yeah.
do,
it. Click
you
on the
do.
thing in the corner to make it a full screen for you.
It's
what about this? What about this one
Mhm.
then, Courtenay?
That's good.
How do you feel? There is a good one. How old do you think these guys were when they died?
This is so bad.
we're gonna go with 70.
70. Okay. And Monica, what's your guess going to be?
I'm gonna say 65. I was debating 65 is the top that I think.
Okay, well, you should have been very careful to listen to the name of the round, which was called the 69 Club. And one of them was always going to be 69.
Oh,
So 70 was a
wow.
very
This
good
is
guess.
So
Yes.
what a clever game.
Yeah.
Really
So
good
what?
game.
What? Thank you.
Yeah.
What did? Who are those people? If you can guess all of them, there, Courtenay, you can have an extra point.
Yeah, that I'm not going to though. I don't know.
Okay.
I think
What about
I
you,
can.
Monica?
I think I can. I'm gonna say David Bowie,
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yasser Arafat.
No.
That's not. Oh, is that Gaddafi?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Gaddafi. I know he does look like he's
really
Gaddafi when
doesn't.
he's in the back of the
Yeah.
van.
And then Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong's there as well. Yeah, 69.
Probably
They all
not
died.
the only one I would have gotten, but yeah.
If
Okay.
Yasser Arafat died at 69, I want the point.
No,
I'm
he
looking it
didn't.
up.
He was much older than that. He was maybe in his late 70s, early 80s when Arafat died.
I thought
Yeah.
He was like,
He was 75.
oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
He looked a lot older. I can bloody tell you that when
Oh,
he
yeah.
died.
But he used to wear that thing, whereas Gaddafi didn't always wear it. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
He had
And
the Larry Ellison technology.
Right. Yes.
this
It's
next
awful,
one-
though. Like that David Bowie rendition is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I like it. So the last one is for you, Monica. You both get a guess.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Ooh.
27.
Courtenay Turner? You can guess the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 27.
That
Yeah,
was not
indeed.
cool. I was like, I shouldn't have been like, oh, I know this one.
Both of you get 2 points. Go on.
I can
First
name
of
a
all,
lot of them.
Monica, seeing as you got it first,
Okay.
all of the people, and you can have an extra point.
Okay. Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse.
And then the last one's always going to be hard.
Give me a second. Is it Patsy Cline?
No, if you can name that last one there, Courtenay, you can have an extra point.
I can barely see her.
I know, she's hiding at the back.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even really look like
her. Yeah.
I barely.
Oh,
It looks like.
Oh, I'm not going to give you the point if you
no,
go
you don't
on,
have
go
to
on,
give
Courtenay.
me the point, but I want to guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, go on, Monica.
Is it? Are you actually suggesting it's Janis Joplin?
Yeah, I'm actually suggesting it's Janis Joplin.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I don't be angry with me. Be angry with those who program AI.
I mean,
No, it's good. You hide behind AI for the plus.
but she really doesn't look like her.
Not at all.
Indeed.
But I did know that she died at 27.
Yeah, she was in the 27 club.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that round very much. It was a
Dang.
very silly round.
Dang it.
Round 5, the 69 club. Courtenay scored 6 points and 1 corruption point. Because my guy studied in Shakespeare in college. You get 7 points. Monica gets 7 points too. After 5 rounds, Courtenay is on 67 and Monica is on 72. There is still 5 points in it. So, Monica, you're presenting the Monica Perez show. If you could have on Hunter Biden or Ghislaine Maxwell, which one would you choose?
Ghislaine Maxwell, because I think she's dead.
Oh, that's good. You'd love to have a dead woman. That would be a brilliant question. You could ask her questions and then we could just watch her dead corpse sit in a chair for half an hour.
Necromancy. Yeah.
Trick question. It was a trick question, Josh.
Yeah, of course. Courtenay, what about you? If you had to choose between interviewing Bill Gates or Klaus Schwab, what concealed weapon would you bring to the interview?
Concealed weapon.
Any concealed weapon you want.
Didn't Klaus Schwab learn to love the bomb? So maybe,
Seeing as you actually quoted my article about Klaus Schwab, my seminal work, I'm going to give you an extra 2 points. Corruption. Perfect.
I would bring a steak.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
What? So you could eat afterwards?
A steak and a hammer, a silver steak, to drive through their hearts.
Yeah.
I like it. So there you go, ladies. We've almost come to the end of the show. Everything could change in the quick fire round and with the final truth bombs. In the break, I asked the ladies to show their toes to me, and Courtenay agreed. So Monica will be the one to go first in this round while I look at all of the pictures. Monica Perez, you have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know the answer, then just say pass. The round is over when you hear this sound.
So we penetrate the cabinets.
Are you ready to rumble, my love?
Yes.
Which pirate lit fuses in his beard to scare foes?
Pass.
Blackbeard.
Okay.
What 1963 event sparked the magic bullet theories?
The assassination of JFK.
Correct. Who stole the Mona Lisa in 1911?
Pass.
Vincenzo Perugia. What Roman emperor's horse was rumored to be a senator?
Caesar. Julius Caesar.
No, Caligula.
Oh.
What 1816 volcanic eruption caused a summerless year?
Krakatoa.
No, Mount Tambora. Which gangster's vault was empty on live TV in 1986?
Al Capone.
Yes, correct. What did Cleopatra dissolve to impress Mark Antony?
The legislature.
No, a pearl. Who was England's last woman burnt at the stake in 1789?
England. I don't know. Anne Boleyn.
Christian Murphy, apparently. What king died by crossbow bolt in 1199? Can pass.
Edward.
Richard the Lionheart.
Oh.
Which
Sophie
killer?
penetrates the cabinets.
Which
That was super
killer?
hard,
Wait
Ken.
a minute. Which
Ken.
killer buried 26 victims under his house?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, John Wayne Gacy.
Same thing.
Same thing. Same thing. Different day. Right. Okay. We're going over now.
Oh boy.
Courtenay Turner, you have the same. You have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know the answer, then just say pass. The round is over when you hear this sound.
Sophie penetrates the cabinets.
Are you ready to rumble, my love?
All right.
Okay, let's do it. What philosopher drank hemlock in 399 BCE?
Socrates.
Correct. Who sold the Brooklyn Bridge to gullible buyers?
Oh.
You can pass if you don't know.
I'll pass.
George C. Parker. What 1969 event was called the Hollywood Hoax?
Hollywood hoax. I'll pass.
Can pass. Moon landing.
Oh.
What festival had masters serve slaves?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What festival had masters serve slaves?
Pass.
Saturnalia. Which bank robber mailed taunts as the Phantom?
Pass.
That's John Dillinger. What 1933 fire helped Nazis seize power?
I'm sorry, say that one again.
What 1933 fire helped Nazis seize power?
Oh, the Reichstag.
Yeah, Reichstag fire. Which killer targeted couples in car parks?
Which what?
Killer targeted couples in parked cars.
Mm,
Can pass.
Sophie penetrates the cabinets.
You may as well name a serial killer.
a name a serial killer?
Just name one. Maybe you'll get it right.
Bundy. Ted Bundy.
No, it's a Zodiac killer. Zodiac killer.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, well there you go, ladies. That was a very hard. The quick fire rounds at the end are very hard. They're meant to be very hard. Everybody finds them hard. So don't be down at all. You did very well. You had actually a really fantastic. I'm just about to check the scores. But you had a really fantastic show. This has been really fun. I really enjoyed it. Okay.
Yay.
I'm gonna definitely say that you guys are the most fun that we've had so far.
Yay.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but all of the rest were guys. They were poopy pants.
We're very smart for chicks too. We're like the token chicks of the.
Well, you're also going to be both top of the leaderboard, whatever happens at the end, and the scores have come in officially after 6 rounds. Monica has 75 points, and Courtenay has 71 points.
Ooh.
You know, it's funny. It all came down to the Franken Poodle, which has absolutely nothing to do with knowledge.
I know, but
that's so accurate as how life works. That
Yes.
Yeah.
Like blanks. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Like I would
stuff that doesn't matter.
and then I just blank. It was very
I kind of like seeing how each person's mind works, because there's always a point where, like, and I would do the same, trust me, I would have like brain fart rounds for sure. And sometimes I'm making these rounds, I'm thinking about them, I having to think about them loads, but I'm not fair. I have to
Are you
say,
doing it
I'm
all?
harsh. Yes, everything.
Because it's
So,
really good. It's
It
very
is,
good.
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, really good.
Thank
Very
you. But
creative.
we still want to improve this score, this final score. I still want a last truth bomb from each of you. So I'm going to go to the person who's in the rear at the moment. Of course, there's 3 points, so Courtenay can catch up a little bit here. So Courtenay competing, a truth bomb, the truth bomb that you think that you, about anything whatsoever that you think would is the most important thing for people to know, or something like that. Think about it for a little bit first.
That is really important. Well, there's so many things that are important for people to know, just in general, or like just or
The
about the topic?
something that you think. I mean, this bit can be cut, so I'll ask you it, but just think about something that you think is like helped you understand something, or truth about something that makes you, that you think will trigger other people.
Okay. All right. I have kind of a thought. Yeah.
Okay, so Courtenay Turner, your truth bomb to win a 3 points at the end, and still take probably second place on our leaderboard so far.
Okay. So this is kind of a concept, but I have actually found like corroboration for this. And I think this will be interesting to you, because what we've talked about, both of us have done some research in this arena. So you've certainly covered the Weinstein brothers, especially Eric Weinstein, right? So I've been diving into something called Game B. And I had a theory that the intellectual dark web was an influence operation for Game B. And I actually found an article. It was it's the Andrew Cohen. He started something called Manifest Nirvana. And in the article, he actually talks about how he doesn't use the word influence operation, obviously, but he says that, it was basically setting the stage for Game B, for these ideas, these concepts. And so what I'm seeing right now, and I'm in the process of co-authoring an article on this concept, but what I'm seeing is all over, but definitely in the United States, there's a movement towards transpolitical movement. That's what Game B calls it, transpolitical. But you're seeing it not just in Game B. I mean, this definitely like a movement. It's a theme. So we have like Christopher Life's One Nation Party. We have also the United Independence Party. There's the People's Party that goes all the way back to like the bimetallist movement. So, and you're seeing, I mean, we've been seeing for a long time. And again, I think this applies in lots of places all over the world, but certainly in the United States, we keep seeing this Overton window shift. A really good example of this is we had about 5 years ago, we had the medical freedom movement come in, right? And you had all these people who were traditionally, not in favor of experimental drugs, that kind of thing. We'll just say that, the carrots, if you will, right? And they were traditionally on the left. And then this medical freedom movement came in, and suddenly they were labeled right-wingers, right? They were libertarians or conservatives or Republicans or whatever it was. And a lot of them were confused. They went along with it. Now you have a very similar thing happening. We have the quote-unquote Republicans are in charge, right? Quote unquote, I put in air quotes. But we have people who last year would have, rallied against the concept of buying an electric vehicle because, the whole climate crisis narrative is a scam. The Club of Rome actually admitted it in their global reformation document. We had the, limits of growth in 1972, and then 1992, they did their global revolution document, and they said they needed to come up with a common enemy. And so they decided the enemy of humanity was man himself. And, we'll rally behind this idea that humans cause pollution. And I'm paraphrasing, that's essentially what they said. And so a lot of people who considered themselves to be on the right would have, parroted that line and not been in favor of things like electric vehicles. But now that we have our Lord Elon in the Trump administration, you see these very same people rushing out to buy Teslas. So we see the shift of, but I think what it's all gearing for is this kind of convergence of what they call trans-political movements, where they create these bipartisan to create a one, which you could argue is already, but I think it's to pave the way for technocracy, which gets rid of government altogether.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Spot
That's
on.
kind of concepts, but yeah, it ties in things that have actual, factual basis in it. So truths in it.
Yeah, no, I like it. That's a good final truth bomb. Come on then, Monica. You've had a bit of time to think about your final truth bomb.
Yeah, it's kind of short. It's that I believe, and this is not a black pill, as Scott and William would say. I think it's time for people to really wake up to the fact that there is absolutely no chance that we are going to have justice within the system, like that the political system is the answer, that there's any returning to a democratic, and I mean that by like a voting solution, the idea that if only we had elected the right person along the way, or there's hope to bring it back. It's not. All this democracy stuff, all this voting, all of it is complete facade. What's happening now, you're going to say it's Elon doing it. It's not Elon doing it. Whatever's happening, it's a turnkey technocracy. It's being ushered in. And the reason I want people to really give up on that, not only so you can actually find the real answers, whether that be God or cocktails or a different form of government or revolution, whatever, like you should be able, it's good to realize that's futile so that you can come up with the right answer. But mostly because American society, I don't know what it's like in the UK or other places. I think they have similar trends everywhere because the same people are putting this into place. Americans are hating each other. They're literally, instead of having 340 million people or however many people are here against it, we have 170 million people on each side against each other. It's so brilliant, so sad, and it's not necessary. We're not going to be any worse off, and we might be better off if we just completely give up on the false hope of a constitutional restoring the Constitution and finding that as the solution to our political problem.
I sadly agree with you in many different ways. I really wish there was another way, a way that we were promised, but his promises are all dirt now.
Well, I want to add something to that because this is very much what I was talking about. So part of what they're using as like a lure, right, to convince people that they have the solution, but really they're going to be ushering in the technocracy, are things like synergistic democracy, liquid democracy, right? Game B calls it liquid democracy. Barbara Marsh Hubbard called it synergistic democracy. There are many names for it. There's a whole bunch of them. But ultimately what that actually means is putting voting up on the blockchain. And this is what they've talked about. So what happens when you do that? It becomes all done through smart contracts, and who's doing the programming? Who's really going to be in charge at that point? So this illusion that we have, and they say it's even more democratic because it's direct, and of course it's decentralized, and you have sovereignty, and it's autonomous. You have agent control, which means your digital twin, by the way. But yeah, let's ignore that. So yeah, it's kind of all seems to be pointing in that direction.
My Lord, you two make it hard, don't you?
No, it's liberating. It's Liberation Day, Johnny. Don't you know?
Oh yeah. No,
giving up hope is very liberating.
That is liberating.
I don't have no hope. I just feel like that's a false hope, and really needs to be.
I don't think people should give up. I mean, I think people should definitely take power where you can, right? You seize opportunities where you can. So. Like if that means that means something different, I think, for every person. If it means like locally you have some power, or if it means maybe. You take care of your family. Everybody has a different role, but I don't think like we just sit back and say, oh, okay, we do nothing.
I just think arguing about which party is in power federally is just
useless.
Which I just wrote a book on, the Hegelian dialectic.
That's a good way. Listen, ladies, I have to say, I'm going to give the final truth bomb the 3 points that I always award at the end of an episode. I always give the final truth bomb, and I'm going to give it to Courtenay for a lot of what she said there is correct, but it was really close anyway, but partially as well to acknowledge that you two have come in and you've probably been two of the most impressive, concise, and you are opposition to be feared. So it rounds the scores up, ends up being Monica finishes with 75, still top of the table as far as I know, and Courtenay will end up with a score of 74. And I think also that's probably about fair because as we three know, and the person
Franken Poodle.
who's helping out,
Right.
I mean, the previous episode that wasn't recorded, that was my fault, by the way. I only noticed at this stage when we right got to the end, I looked up and I was like, oh, bullsack.
Dude, no, that was so. I felt bad for you, but there was so much good information in that episode.
Yeah.
What people might not realize is that it was different topics. We did Ukraine, Syria, and I don't remember what Courtney's were, but they were like a whole nother couple of hours of truth bombs.
This is the thing. The best thing about Truth Bomb is that it allows you guys to go in your own directions, and every single time it should be different, even if you get the same subjects. There's different opinion, difference in questions, different in answers, and AI is almost different every time as well because it's still developing.
Which is why we don't want them in control.
I gotta say. You ladies have been impressive, and thank you so much. Do you want to tell everybody, starting off with the winner here, Monica, with your grand 75 points, tell people where they can find you?
Yes, thank you. It's pretty simple. I'm Monica Perez Show pretty much everywhere. Substack, Twitter, monicaperezshow.com if you want all my material plus show notes. That's and Twitter, of course, at Monica Perez Show.
Awesome. Courtenay, tell them about your book as well.
Yes, so I'm CourtenayTurner.com is probably the best place to find all my things, all my different platforms, all the social media and all the podcasts. And I spell my name like Courtenay, so it's CourtenayTurner.com. And so I put a sneak peek of a very rough draft of my book up on my Substack. I've already outlined 7 more chapters, so it's definitely not done, but there is a sneak peek up there for my Substack subscribers. So this is Courtney's, again, Courtenay 'S Substack, and it is, I called it Hegel's Dialectic, Gnostic Jacob's Ladder, and a Machinery of Control, unveiling the spirit of Geist through history and today. I go through like ancient history and the ancient mystery cults and how they paved the way for what Hegel codified as the dialectic that we think of when we think of the Hegelian dialectic today. And then I bring us up to modern times and how, it's really not a relic of the 18th century philosophy. It's much more of a kind of system that is very much used to weaponize people against each other so that they can usher in their manufactured syntheses. So
that's amazing. You ladies keep on doing the work you're doing. All those links that you just said about will be down in the show notes. Hello. Thank you for watching that show. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate having your time and your attention just for a little bit. To make content like this, I need your help. I am constantly working hard to produce live shows, podcasts, truth bombs, and long-form investigative articles which expose a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. Continue doing that. I need your support. You can either support me via Patreon by becoming a patron, where you'll get shows like Truth Bomb early. You could support me by dropping me something on Buy Me a Coffee or on Ko-Fi. And I really do appreciate your support. Go to newspaste.com for more, and thank you again.
Young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina, and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets.